Hello, good people. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another show. This time, a pre-game show slash a watch-along slash halftime analysis and post-game analysis show. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you all finding the time to join us. This is the second show on the same day. I'm not sure why StreamYard is struggling to show the background we're using. It shows here, but I'm not sure why it's not reflecting on the output screen. But that's, by the way, if you're in the chat, let me know if you are looking forward to this game, whether you think we'd win it, whether you think it end in a draw, or whether you think we'd lose. Whatever your opinion is, I really do want to know. Once again, I'm not too sure. Yeah, there you go. Now it reflects, so I appreciate that. I have to say hello to the people in the chat because that's how we roll here, to see how everyone is doing. Wow, 21 likes already. That is seriously crazy. And we have 21 41 likes already. That is crazy. I appreciate you all. That shows how much you love this the Chelsea Perspective community. And the first person in the chat here is Patrick Joyce. He says, hi again, coach. Two updates to tell you involving Chelsea. You go ahead. I'm listening, bro. I'm waiting for you. Go ahead, shoot for it. Big up everyone. Hit the like button, people, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. That's coming from my brother Tabejo from the Madiba land. My brother from the Madiba land. I appreciate you. If you haven't, please click the three dots to his name and go click on it. Go to channel. Go visit the channel. Be sure to subscribe. Let's help him grow. These days he's more into transfers. And yes, Disasi. It looks like looks like that one we're gonna get it across the line as soon as tomorrow. Actually, I'm not sure how soon, but that shows you that they found a way to put our transfer activities on the wraps, that you don't know what's going in until we're close to getting the deal across the line, and that's exactly what's happening now. So start respecting, put some respect on Todd Barley and Coasden. They are likely going to sign Mbappe on cash out. Really? I don't know that really, but I appreciate you saying that. Did anyone know we were even in the transfer market for Disasi? Nobody knew. And that's exactly what we talked about, Wally Waldo. I appreciate you joining. We told people to calm down. These guys, it'd be stupid if they're not really working behind the scenes. Wally Waldo, yes, you did. Okay, you didn't tell us. Then you're in trouble. You and I are fighting. If you knew all the while and you didn't tell us, it was a surprise to all of us. A lot of people, maybe. Since Tobago claims he knew all the while. I heard nothing about it at all. Not even I. I think people were just suggesting the name, but nothing that showed that we were looking to sign him. Shocked me when I saw the news, and that's exactly what we want to see. My brethren, Louis Rivera, I haven't seen you for like 1,000 years. I hope you're good. Please do let us know in the chat here. The lineup is available, so we'll be looking at it in a bit. Wagwan man, I can't complain, not at all. Praise to Almighty Jah. Cannot wait for the match today. We'll learn a lot about the team. We've been saying that since the first match in the preseason. Let's see what else we have here. Also, they agree to sign Alex. Who agrees to sign Alex? Waldo, I have good friends of mine who tells me who Chelsea is scouting. Okay. Also, they agree to sign Alex, and this is Solomon Kalunzi Arwata. Nice to see you, brother. Can Chelsea sign Casado? I still think we'll get that deal over the line. Let's see what else we have here. Brother, we should have got us Stefan the Javril. Okay, these youngsters like Cowell need to play with leaders, and Thiago Silva won't play every game, but he's still there. I think the mix is perfect now. Into some names. Let's see what else we have here. I am fine. Nightbot and guessing. Don't read the player in question. I can't say the name. Rather get McQueenho's if you want leadership, but for a reason we've chosen to go for their CC, or maybe you're talking about with the Dutch name being mentioned. Casado might go to Chelsea. I think it's gonna happen. I still have faith. Big up to you too, JC. Always nice to see you, brother. How did you manage to come back so fast? I took a break in. We have a lot of people at home right now. My wife is at home. My in-laws are here. Although for the birthday of the boys, they will go back and come back again. So they're helping. It would have been difficult to host this particular show. Where is Madueke? We were suspicious that he wasn't going to play. Since he had a knock, a knock maybe, or recovering from a knock, I think he needs that. We need to be cautious. Yep, recovery. That's the correct word for it. Axel Disasi has never missed a game through injury for Monaco. So that's very important to note. I need to watch now. Go ahead. Unfortunately, it's not on the website for me. I will watch it on from my TV provider account. Unfortunately, it was on. I think maybe on Peacock. I'm not too sure. I'm so happy the way we are now moving. One Love CFC. Fitness, I appreciate you joining, brother. I never watched Monaco, so I don't know a lot about the Sassi. Same here. I don't know even that much to even present an argument. Really, coaching back becoming to Chelsea. Really, I'm not too sure. Really, I want to see a lineup. We'll talk about the lineup in a bit. Hey, what's up? What's up to you too, Alfred? Guacoco, nice to see you, brother. And Prince Mohas, I appreciate you joining. Big up Coachila. Remember the name Yusuf Fofana. Are we looking to sign him? It may well happen. These days, we don't know who the club are looking at. And we were able to figure out in the morning. I, Bobby, and the rest of the panelists, and some people in the chat. What's the intro song you use? I'll find out the name. I don't have it by heart, but I'll find out. I saved it as it's starting soon song, but I'll find the correct name for you. And I think if you check the description section for the previous show, Google will add it there automatically. Oops, a wrong name. Axel coming to Chelsea. Yeah, not Alex. I'm now you're Uganda. Okay, nice to hear that, brother. You think we can get top four with Sterling, coach? I don't trust Sterling. I hope we can sell him, but unfortunately, it's not possible. Big up, coach. If the in-laws are around, I would get out to Glenn, and that reminds me of Everybody Loves Raymond. But I get where you're going with that. I've got a feeling this Casado deal is going to last the whole transfer window. If we're comfortable with what we have, if we feel like we can wait it out and not be in a rush to pay whatever they're asking us, I suspect we take our time and not pay them what they're asking. Okay, yeah, I'm happy too. I hope Chelsea win. I hope so too. Coachila, what do you think about the lineup? Last Chelsea again, last chance for Chelsea for French players. Let me see. I haven't looked at it, but we'll go back to it right now. Let me see if it is shown here. Is it? There you go. I hope that's the correct lineup. Let me see again. Back four, Humphreys, Silva. That's shocking. Goes on the right hand side. We got the full backs, right? 2-6-6, Santos and Fernandez. You can say that was what we did. 10, Chukwuemeka. No, we didn't get that correct. On the flanks, Nkunku. On the right, Stalin. Bostov starts as number 9. Yeah, I think you're right. Opportunity for French players to look at them one more. And then the last game, I think we'll get a glimpse of how we start the game against Liverpool. Don't we think these guys are just average? I'm just asking, but this is preseason, Mr. Njoko. One day I appreciate you. Even though I'm an Igbo man, I don't actually know the meaning of Njoko itself. But that's, by the way, Ruben, I appreciate you joining. What's the lineup? You're looking at it on the screen here. Between the sticks, Gabriel Slonina. Maybe it's just one last time, maybe like a parting gift for him. I see the rumors are that he'd be living alone. 2 center backs are Humphreys and Silva, the veteran there. Left back, Ben Chilwell. Right back, Malo Gusto. 2 6s, Andreas Santos and Enzo Fernandez. Number 10, Connie Chukwuemeka. Left wing, Christopher Nkunku. Right wing, Raheem Sterling. And number 9, Basto. Basto, is that how you pronounce that name? Let's see what else we have here. Sterling rigged the poll. That's the right lineup. Humphreys is a surprise. Manager had other ideas for double pivot. Yep. And I thought that was what it's going to be. I thought it was going to be Santos and Fernandez, in my opinion. 254 in the house. Mike Kenyan, bro. Appreciate you. Smash the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We are already at 54 likes. You people are absolute legends. Appreciate you all. I'm going to go to Bobby straight away. Bobby, shocking. Not too much, but we got a few correct. For instance, let's look at it. We called the 2 6s Santos and Enzo Fernandez. Gusto and Chilwell, we got that correct. Between the stick, we got that wrong. I think the attacking area, we got everything wrong in the attacking area. But Bobby, your thoughts on this
No,
lineup?
we got Chukwemeka, right? But
No, those in the chat changed it.
oh, okay.
Yeah, because we didn't
Berto is a
have a
good.
consensus opinion
I
on the
think
panel, so we had
I
to.
think what
Yeah, go ahead.
we did get right is that it's quite clear to me that Pochettino is still looking at the players. You know, playing Burstow. It seems the way we are now moving, the need for a striker, or what we're doing is that we're giving ourselves time for marquee positions. You know, a striker, there shouldn't be a rush. If Burstow shows he can hold his own, then maybe he can play that role off the bench or alternating sometimes with Nkunku and Jackson at least till January, and we see what's happening with Brozier. So we have time now. Lawrence Stewart, one of our directors who came from Monaco, I think is very much behind this diocese and indeed the Leslie
Is it
Ugochukwu,
Disasi or Daisisi? I've been mispronouncing his name until I got a closer look at
and
his.
I think he's very much
Helen.
behind
I
those
think it's
deals
Disasi.
because he knows those players. Now, what is you
He
see?
signed him to Monaco. We're
The
learning.
I know you all make fun of me when I talk about physicality, but you see how Chelsea fans are a little bit more relaxed because we've got some big guys. Now, everybody's calm now. You know, if these guys come in, we feel more capable of dealing with the physical side because the key to the Premier League is you win your physical battles, then your ball players can play. But if your ball players are consumed with the physicality and being bullied and pushed off the ball, they have no chance. That's why I gave that example of when we were not playing, we were avoiding playing Kante with Fabregas. I know it's two players, two different scenarios, but we were avoiding that situation simply because um, what was I going to say? So simply because they were physically outmuscled and they couldn't play because they couldn't handle the physical side. When Matic came in and was dealing with the physical side, Fabregas was freed. If he was with Kante was freed. He could do all his tackling and things. And there were sometimes you play all three of them together, and it was very effective. So I'm pleased with this. And the thing about having these guys, I think you said it, or I don't know where I heard it, or maybe I was listening to somewhere else because I'm listening to all different channels. And what this gives us a minute advantage in the Caicedo situation, in that we can wait it out a bit more.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
can wait it out. Yeah.
if this kid that's flying to America now, please God, is who we hope he is, and of course this right centre back is who we hope he is, then we can sit back and there's not too much of a rush for Caicedo. He can start to sort things out with Fulham and their Fulham and with Brett Brighton and their situation. And we can perhaps we can afford to wait until the end of the transfer window if we have to.
Yeah,
Because we're relaxed.
let's get if you don't mind, let's get Tabejo's opinion because we have just a few minutes
Sure,
before the
sure,
game
sure.
starts. It starts at 11:30. But go ahead, Bobby, if you have a few things to add to that. We don't have too much time to
I'll
analyze the
let
lineup.
Tobago talk.
Sorry.
No, I'll let Tobago talk.
Okay, yeah, just quickly, if you're in the chat, I've highlighted the link to his channel. He says he's back, and I believe him. It's VJ from Sportswire YouTube channel. Click on the three dots to his name. Go check out his YouTube channel. Yeah, I think he has the link there to one of his videos. I think you should go check it out. He's a good brother. Tabejo, talk about the lineup. Then quickly, you can go tell us about Daisisi, Disasi, so to speak. I'm not sure what the correct pronunciation is. But if you're there, you have the floor, Tabejo.
Axel Disasi.
Disasi, okay. Yeah.
You know, Coach, I've told you about him. I'm so glad Lawrence Stewart took his time and paid the money for this kid. Even Arsenal and Manchester United were looking for him. So I'm glad we snitched him before Manchester United got him. And another
You
thing
said
is this:
using his connection, right?
yes, using his connection, and then that worked for us in terms of advantage to other clubs because he knows the club very well. So I'm so glad that he signed him. And then also another thing, maybe the reason why we signed him is because Pochettino was crying out loud for experience. Who this guy is only 25 years, but just played I think 4 or 5 seasons in the French league. So
Mhm.
he have the experience. Maybe is what Pochettino needed that time because we linked with McGahey and other centre backs and stuff. Then boom, we signed Axel Disasi. So
So
we'll talk about it.
do you think this means definitely that Chalobah will be sold? It looks
No,
like
no,
it,
I don't
doesn't it?
agree. I don't think so,
Okay.
Bobby.
Okay.
Because if you remove Chalobah, then we'll be back to being thin again.
Yeah, it's so hard to
You
tell at
get
the
my point,
moment.
Bobby.
I
You get
hope
my
you're
point
right.
there.
I
If you,
hope you're
I
right.
knew even you remember, I think we've had this discussion before, and we're all on the panel on the day agreed that even with even if we sign another defender, that Chalobah still stays for us to have enough numbers there. But go ahead with what you were saying to Beho.
Yes, I think Humphries will be loaned out at this time because he got the CC. Trevor Jalaba, I hope
Yeah,
he
right.
stays. I hope he stays. But at the end of the day, if not, oh man, I won't be too harsh on the board and stuff because at the end of the day, it's business. We love Trevor, but hope he stays. And
Yeah,
with
it
the
looks like
with the,
Humphreys will definitely be on loan then, which
Yeah,
is
yes,
fair
and
enough.
then it will
Fair
make
enough.
sense for him.
Yeah, he could do with another year
Mhm.
loan then. That's
Yeah,
no. This is heartwarming. Finally, we're
it is.
moving, and the way we're moving, complete blindsides. Nobody hears till
Stealth
then
yes,
mode.
it's
nobody
done. That's how it's supposed to be for a
Mhm.
club like Chelsea.
exactly.
You know, you hear nobody even knows the players. That's the wonderful thing about it. And coach, I promise you, anybody talking about Chelsea and scouting, I'm going to war. I really am
I will
because
back
this
you.
summer, wow, this
Yeah,
summer
I'm
they've
joining your
done their
squadron.
homework. Yeah.
Let
Sorry
me
to
catch up
cut
with
you.
this, guys, and then we'll come back to the panel again. What are substitution options we have on the bench? Where is it? Can we see that? Let's see this guy here. Click this guy here. On the bench, we have Angelo Gabriel, Diego Moreira, Mihailo Modric, Nicholas Jackson, Cesar Casade, Conor Gallagher, Alfie Gilchrist, Ian Matson, Levi Colwell, Lewis Hall, Mark Cucurella, Reece James, Trevor Chalobah, Lucas Bankstone. I can't pronounce his last name correctly, but let's see what you have to say, what you make of the lineup. Yep, you've seen that. Be right back. Okay, yeah, take your time. Chelsea have just got a replacement of Fofana, a 25-year-old guy, more experienced than all you can say, except for Thiago Silva. I think that's a good balance, really. Yeah, that will go along with last game of preseason. We could walk away with a trophy. Yeah, if we beat them today. Chilwell's out here playing chess. I feel bad for Lewis Hall too. I hope they give him a chance. I think he deserves to stay. Disasi from Monaco. Yep. Let's see. Bobby got his wishes fulfilled. Our new players are physical. We want that mix. So I don't blame Bobby there. The rotation is good, but Poch needs to identify his first 11. Be rest assured he knows that. And this is my friend here and brother VJ sharing a link to a video. He again my analysis on Axel Disasi. Go check it out. I think I've told you before why I trusted having him on the panel. He's very analytical. He knows football quite well. And I urge you to go check out that video. Believe me, you will not regret that. Coach, we have so many French players now. I think Many will go to Strasbourg. If by January one of the two clubs is not doing well, we can shift the players around. Yeah, it makes it easier. Casado will definitely come to Chelsea. I think so too. Big up to you too, Kwasi Kwayere. Bigger perspective. I think you're a brother from Ghana. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see what else we have here. Enzo needs to start paying off because the youngsters are exposing the errors. Wow. Some argument, that's fair point. Just having a conversation with Jesse there. The Sasi means a bullet down here at 254, which is Risasi. Wow. We have a bullet now, the Sasi and Badiashile. Big boy Ben Badiashile. Hi again. I think we are now too many. We now have too many French players. That's the least of my concern, really. Coach, I think this means end not for Chalobah, but end for Thiago Silva. Maybe I've always known, even if we sign another defender, I've always felt like, let me just phrase it like that, not to be certain about anything these days, that Chalobah stays. It would take something special to let him go. Chalobah will go. He needs playing time. I don't think he goes. Even if he stays, they can always rotate. He's that good. I'd rather keep Humphreys over Trevor Chalobah. You like it fancy, but I like a bit of ruggedness and, again, calmness on the board. Chalobah has everything. Marking New Mogwai, he is definitely a better choice than Axel Disasi. Axel is similar to Upamecano, the mistake-prone French international. Yeah, he did dirty on Thomas Tuchel.
Coach, yeah. I like Humphreys, but Pochettino won't keep Humphreys ahead of Chalobah when he's talking of Premier League experience.
I don't think he does that. Very good argument there. I think Chalobah is more experienced and he's a good defender overall. Bobby in love with how the club is moving. Yeah, Bobby is happy. I wish I knew where he lived and I live close by. I just wanted to come and say hello to you, knowing that you buy me beer because you're happy.
I am. This is the physicality I've always wanted and we desperately need. We really need it. And, why wouldn't I be happy? And it stabilized us. We're not desperate now to look for that physical midfielder or that player, the whole Caicedo deal. We can be a bit calmer. That, okay, to get him will really, really put us up there and give us a chance to probably challenge for third spot or second spot. But if we don't get him, well, I think we've got enough that we can deal with, honestly.
Yeah, I do agree with you. And this here says that Chelsea board are pulling out surprises in this transfer window. No leaks. Casado is the only one out there, probably because we've been following him for like a zillion years right now. And we knew that. I think we came to that conclusion in the morning. And yesterday also, they found a way to put our transfer activities under wraps. People only find out when we are on the verge of completing the deal. The case of Ugochukwu and now Disasi. Coach, we got a good defender. It looks like has some experience. Yeah, he has some experience, and that's good. Coach, the French Revolution is on. Les Blues. Is that how you pronounce it? Les Blues creating a home from Babe. Hopefully we'll be able to get him on loan for 1 year. Take it. Chelsea now has the tallest players on the center of the pitch, and Bobby will be proud. Good evening, Coach. Why are you not at church? I told you. Two of my, boys, as you know, I have 3 boys, but they're all still very young. The eldest is 7, the other one is 4, and the other one is just will be 2 in October. So 2 of them had a birthday in the month of July, so we had to celebrate it the same day. The party had to be the same day, so everybody is exhausted, so nobody wanted to go. And I asked my sister-in-law, do you want to go? And he says, yeah. And I say, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, at least this Sunday. The Blue, to forget, much love to you. I appreciate you finding the time to join. So we have one more person to get their opinion before the game starts. The game hasn't started. It's just start. Okay, we still have a bit of a minute to get Martin's opinion, but we go for Dembele, Coach, 15 million release clause. Bring the French 11 here. I don't think we're going for him. Ugochukwu, 6 foot. Axel, 6 foot. Badiashile, 6 foot. Chalobah, 6 foot. We really are sorting out our area of threat. Yeah, we don't have too many brief players anymore.
And we're finally getting to see Slonina, who's well over 6 foot as well.
Yeah, exactly. So
A good
maybe,
wings
but I
fan,
don't think
although
that's
he's
that
going on
him
loan.
starting. I don't think Slonina starting means he gets a chance. Maybe that's the case. I don't know
No,
because
he's going on loan for sure.
yeah,
It gives
yeah.
us an insight into what's going to happen in the near future and
Hmm.
why we're sticking with Kepa and maybe a weaker other that will, I don't know, but why Kepa's still around? Let's put it for this season.
Hmm. It looks like ADD to bot deletion. What we call bot deletion here. Deleting somebody's a message by mistake. His apologies there. Thomas Bates excited for Bostov. That right there would be interesting to watch. We'll hear for it. Yeah. Coming to you, Martin. Oh, I appreciate you finding the time to join. I guess that's because it's a Sunday. Usually weekdays
Yeah,
you're very occupied, but I'm happy to have you on the panel here. We all are. Your opinion on the lineup? Would you have done anything differently? For me, I understand the manager wants to take more look at some of the players there. That's my opinion. But what's your take?
yeah. Big up everyone. Big up
Big
to
up to you
everyone
too,
in the
brother.
chat as well. I think it's an interesting lineup. It's experimental. It's a good feel for the manager to put out the players and the combinations and the partnerships and to see
Hmm.
how they work out. And this is what preseason is about, is trying out new things. And I think this might also be a change to the formation and how we look to approach the game. I'm hoping to see something different. Bosto, most people assume he would play as a striker. I'm not sure, but would see. So there are lots of interesting questions, and finally to see the partnership between Enzo and Santos, because I feel like if they get up to a really good start, the chemistry, the understanding, and the
Hmm.
performance, if it comes true for us, it would calm a whole lot of nerves on the Caicedo front, because that might be something to work on and go into the season with in the unlikely event. So yeah, it's good all around. I'm excited also for Humphreys as well as centre back with all this news of centre backs coming in. I really want him to do well, but he's young. He's still got his career ahead of him, and I'm looking forward to see the performances today. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's an interesting lineup. What do you make of the back line? I know Humphries is good in the ball. He's not the quickest from what I've seen. Maybe I still need to see him more. Toledo, are you comfortable with that back line against the Fulham side? They're missing the target man. What's his name again? Um,
Mitrovic.
Mitrovic.
Mitrovic. Yeah. What do you make of the back line? Are you comfortable with it, or do you think we should have gone for a different back line?
I'm comfortable because Humphreys is a very good player. Unfortunately, as you said on the panel here, he lacks that experience, but you can see he's come on the ball. So I'm not mad. At the end of the day, it's preseason. We need to give everybody a chance. Everybody minutes and stuff. So I'm not too mad. I just want to watch Santos and Fernandez in the midfield. I'm interested in that more than everything. But also, with Sterling having hit form also. So maybe Pochettino is trying to give him more game time in order to find himself. Otherwise, he's gonna brush the bench next season.
Yeah.
I think we've seen, haven't we seen? I think we've seen the partnership of Enzo and Santos, haven't we, during this preseason
No,
already?
not
No,
yet.
no.
Am I mixing something up?
Not
Yeah,
yet.
we
Oh,
haven't.
we haven't yet, but we've seen. Have we seen Santos with Casadei?
Yes, I think that was
Yes,
the
yes.
first game. The first game, right? Wrexham,
Yeah,
and then we.
yeah. The fact that what's his name, Bostov is starting, I don't think it tells us anything. I think he'll end up living on loan. That's just my
Yeah,
opinion. What do you think, Martin?
and it looks. Yeah, I think, and it's one of them ones where he's giving Jackson a rest. He's trying to find out different combinations and all that, and try not to overplay him as well, because he could pick up something. So it's one of them
Oh, and
ones.
Jackson isn't actually on the bench. So good point. Is he?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, he's
But
not
it,
on the bench. I don't remember reading out his name. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah, and to also, give Busto the platform to show his qualities. We know how he's been performing really good at the
Mhm.
PL too. So for teams interested, German teams, Italian teams, other English teams as well that are considering a second striker or someone to, bring and to, to give good minutes to either in the Championship or in the Premier League. It's a good platform for him, and yeah, it's so interesting. It doesn't focus too much on any aspect of the game, not on the tactics, not on the experienced players or the younger players or anything really, or fitness. It's a good combination, I think, and yeah, I'm just interested to see how everyone does.
Interesting indeed. Let me see before I know if, find out if Bobby has anything else to add. We still have about 10 minutes. I didn't know that. Interesting lineup indeed. Constantin Dante. Always nice to see you. Appreciate you finding the time to join. Slonina is on the verge of confirming his loan mover to Cas Upen. Cas Upen at the Bund. Is it in the Bund? No, I think in the wasn't it in the
Belgium,
Belgium league?
yeah, the Belgium league.
Yeah, in the Belgium League. Big up Constantine, just saying hello to you and Glenn Tain. Yep, Belgium brother. Who? The name. You figured it out how to say the name. Yeah, I appreciate you. Yep, I knew that was a mistake. Glenn Tain, you still drinking that beer? I just wanted to ask. It happens to all of us. Yep, we're humans, we're not machines. Even sometimes computer can go nuts. Fofana, Kepaka Korea, and Stalin, German Hernandez. I appreciate you joining. I hope you're doing well. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We are already at 73 likes, and we're just 37 minutes into the show. That's just brilliant. Let's get it to 100 and shoot for 200, then 300. Before Constantin Dante say, I don't know how to count. Let's see
Coach,
what happens here. What else do we have
coach,
here?
coach.
Anything else? Yeah, go
I
ahead,
got a
Bobby.
shout. I got a shout out to Chelsea, to Chelsea's American fans. They really are KTBFFH.
Yeah, they
They're
they
out
turned
there.
out.
They're out there showing the colours, and they're
Mhm.
supporting the club. So big shout to them. Chelsea away fans, very very special people.
Yeah, everyone's so strong, and the jerseys, like they've got away jerseys back in the day, the Samsungs, everything.
Debunking that that Chelsea got as big as it's gotten today because of Christian Pulisic. I get it. We sold a lot of merchandise because of Pulisic, but Chelsea has always been big in the US. And I've said this before. I
Yeah,
remember specifically Peter Kenyon. I think it was Peter Kenyon saying, or who Bruce Buck saying he wished that Roman was in America. I think it was 5-6 years ago to see how big the club has become in the US. So it was never about Christian Pulisic, but you could say he helped increase that. But that's by the way. Go ahead, Martin. Sorry for cutting you off.
yeah, you're right. Like Chelsea has always been big, in the US. Most of our previous preseason tours have been, really welcomed. You see the crowds and their numbers, and everyone's so excited. They've got the
Mm,
caps, they've got everything, and just looking from, the stadium, like it's just the variety of kits here is astonishing, honestly. Like the variety to take you way
mhm.
back. They've got away jerseys from back in '08, 11s, 12, 13s. It's amazing, man. Everyone looks happy, the older ones, the younger kids. It's just lovely to see that. It's
Yeah,
lovely.
it's lovely to see, really. The lineup are two rows pointing, you mean arrows pointing in opposite direction. Uh, will they play? I think I know why you're saying that. It was Glenn complaining that our lineup was pointing at our own, had an arrow. The structure of our lineup had an arrow pointing at our own goalpost. Jackson might have a slight knock from last game. I don't think so. But maybe even if that's the case, we don't want to risk it after all. I just know Starling would drop a stinker again. Not sure what part of season him, but he is not the answer. But it's preseason, so he gets a chance. Likes are equal. Chelsea wins. Likes and subscribe, people. Please do like and subscribe. 76 likes already. You people are absolutely brilliant. I appreciate that. Let's see what else we have here. We haven't, and Thomas Bates, by the way, nice to see you. We haven't beaten Fulham since May 2021. Time to put, put house in order. I think we have to. It's a London derby in the United States. That's how I see it. Actually, I am drinking a beer that will make Bobby laugh. It's called Covitrus. Okay, enjoy. Why even play Salonina if going out on loan? It's just to show him we appreciate him. It's called, I'd say, man management. That's to show him, look, we appreciate you. Get to play for Chelsea since you've been here for a while, but go out on loan, get more experience, and when it's your time, you take your place. If you can prove you're the first choice. But Tonelli cannot even get a game in preseason. He's there to earn the money if you've heard us talk about him, and he doesn't care, really. Kevin Durant is in the house. Didn't know he was a Chelsea fan. I didn't know either, really. Okay, it's okay for Chelsea to be... you're asking me a question. Here's the thing. It's not my opinion. You have your opinion. I have mine. And because you, out of nowhere, asking this question, I'm not going to answer this question. You believe you have every right to, I'm just going to leave it at you have every right to believe in what you want to believe in, or don't believe in what you don't want to believe in. That's where I'm leaving it. And please do not bring such question here again. Coachila, please suggest to be more specific when saying we sold merchandise. These days, there can be a lot of unwanted articles in the merchandise. A disclaimer. Yeah, I think I understand what you mean, but I'm not going that angle. Excited to see Slonina. Let's see how well he does. I need to be more sociable, or people will think I am a Nightbot. Big up, everyone. Thomas Bays, big up to you too. Coach, that question was for the chat beats. You focus on tappings. Yeah, at least I shouldn't have read it at all in the first place. But let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And Chimera thinks Nkunku hat-trick are coming. I want to see that. And I like it that he's playing on the flanks. I don't think he's such a player you play. If you play him in the number 9 position, you'd be wasting his talent. Bobby, what do you think?
Sorry?
If you play Nkunku in the number 9 position, even though he said he's a striker, except if it's a fluid approach where he has the license to drop the participate in the play. He doesn't have to be the one central, and he doesn't have to be the pivot there. What do you think about my argument that I think we can get more out of him by playing him on the flanks or as a 10, but not as a number 9?
Well, that's certainly what they're going to do today with Burstow there, who is a number 9. You're going to have, hopefully, the opportunity to see him flourish in what would appear to be more natural. You know, we have to say this. I mean, look, this Fulham side is full strength. I think they beat us at the Bridge, and, you know, they are a very strong test. So it'll be interesting to see how we handle it. The defense, central defense, is a bit iffy, mainly because of Thiago Silva and his pace, because they've got, what's his name?
Vinicius.
Jasic, whatever. They've got a couple of really big centre forwards. And of course, Willian, it's going to be interesting to see how he's handled. I think he'll avoid Malo Gusto, and you'll find him going more towards Chilwell to get more joy there.
You're correct. Gusto will deal with them effectively. Go ahead, Bobby.
So yeah, I mean it's an exercise, and we just hope that we can handle it. I'm telling you, if we handle Fulham with this team, then we should feel okay. We've got a chance next season.
Okay, I think I have to believe you on that. Tobejo, what do you make of Nkunku playing on the flanks? I think I like it. I'd rather him play there than playing in the number 9 position.
Yeah, I agree with you. As I said before, I'm so tired of the first 9 situations. No more first 9, please, Chelsea. So I'm glad he's playing on the wing, so we can see his visibility. And then hopefully it thrives there, and then let's wait and see what will happen today.
Yeah, before the game should be starting now. What's the hold up now? I'm not seeing anything happen, but there can be delays.
Yeah, it's gonna play now. Just few seconds, few minutes.
Okay, because I'm not seeing it. It's not. It hasn't started on my screen, but I can get Martin to talk about Nkunku playing on the
Yeah.
flanks. On the flanks, Martin, what do you make of that? A
I'm
good,
going
good
to pop
idea?
out
Or you?
and pop back in,
All right.
Coach.
During first half analysis.
Yeah, this is a very interesting one to look at, and she'll be combining with Chilwell, which might leave that flank a bit lacking defensively, but then they'll be dealing with Harry Wilson, so it isn't much to go by. For those not watching it, the ref is just exchanging picking sides with the captains, at the
Mhm,
center field, just normal courtesies before the game starts. I think that's why it's been delayed a bit.
mhm.
So, looking at that, Nkunku is going to be creative. So I expect him to
Did we lose Martin? Martin, are you there?
would think would have to, would actually like to play one of the wingers out there. But it's another time to look at the combination and see the positives and look for areas that could be worked on. And I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be exciting. And then
Interesting.
the young striker as well. I hope he has a really good game.
Yeah, I hope so. And like we agreed in the morning, Bobby, the rest of the panel agreed. Nothing here. No glimpse of this. Is no sign of what he'd do against Liverpool. The
Yeah,
game is about to kick off right now. So this
yeah,
is
it is.
pre-game watch along, first half analysis, post game analysis. So it'd be enjoyable. If you want to stay throughout, stay with us. I think you will not regret doing so. Let me see. Yep, the game has kicked off actually. Let's go for it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hopefully we get a win. Let's
Yes,
go.
guys.
All right, man. If you want to join us during the first half analysis, we're here.
Wow.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I like what I'm seeing with the press in here. It's
Yeah,
amazing to see.
everyone's on there.
Mm-hmm.
And positionally, just to confirm, it's just as we anticipated. Bosto in the strike. Carney is playing as a AM centre attacking mid in the 10 role,
Mm-hmm.
and then Nkunku is just to the left wing, while Sterling is right wing.
Does that mean the structure isn't? Let me see. Let me see here. Yeah,
Yes, it's
Nkunku is to the
quite.
left. Just like this. This structure here, is it the same?
Yeah, yes, but defense in the midfield, Santos is actually to the left, while Enzo is to the
On
right.
the right hand
But
side.
yeah, Santos is more to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think
Enzo
I
is at the
figured that
right.
on the screen now. Ooh.
Yeah, and for the centre backs, yeah, it's just the same way. Thiago is on the right, Humphreys on the left. Yeah,
Yeah, Solonina seemed to be a bit shaky, and I don't blame him. He's still very young. That it nearly,
first game.
yeah, made a costly mistake there. And yeah, Lukaku, I don't know. It's up to the club, but probably will end up terminating his contract if we can come and agree to an agreement with him because he has to agree to that.
No, I
Looks
don't
like
think.
Enzo is not playing DM. Nope, I don't think he is. I think Santos will be the one charged to be more disciplined, while Enzo will have the independence to be more adventurous. And everyone just got in from charge. Welcome. It's good for you. 4-3-3. The structure. You on halftime, coach, or after the game, we stay on. We'll do again. We're following the game right now. We'll be having conversation, analyzing situations as they events as they happen as the game progresses. Then after the first half, we'll talk about the first half, and then we'll continue. Then as the game ends, we'll do the post game analysis. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a
Okay,
long way.
coach.
Wow,
A
some
bit
play
of
there. Go ahead.
yeah, an observation. I think they're spreading it to the 4-3-3 on the ball, but
Mhm.
defensively is looking like a 4-2-3-1 defensively. Yeah,
So you're
which
saying
means
it's
he's
it's a
tasking.
hybrid approach.
Yeah, and he's tasking Santos, with the responsibility of being on the ball and distributing and getting involved in the first phase instead of Enzo. So
Mhm.
Enzo is to the right as the right eight on the ball. I see,
Mhm.
that's what it looks like right now. So we'll see how it progresses.
Yep, like we keep an eye on that. Kepa, that wasn't Kepa, that was Slonina. That mistake right there was Slonina. Carney almost sent a bust of through. That was an excellent pass actually, but
Yeah, it
he
was.
could say should I say coordinate his feet and he missed it. or maybe didn't time it well.
Yeah, I think it's just, it's about the weight, which can always be
Yeah,
worked
the
on.
weight of you're correct.
And I think he kind of lost the balance a couple of seconds previously. So yeah, but it's looking exciting. I hope he has a good game too for him, for his sake, with all the kudos links and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Should
And
save us.
sorry, Mukhtar, I don't have the license to show you the game. I'll get into serious trouble. We can only discuss it. You can say just analyze situations as they occur as the match progresses.
Yeah, Santos is looking good,
He is.
Yes.
I really like Humphreys, but I think he's too young. Or maybe we'll still keep in mind and know. Then he'd be alternating between playing with the youth side and also playing with the senior
With the
side.
first, yeah.
Yeah,
But then I
that may
feel like
well happen.
he looks confident, and
Mm-hmm.
physically he's already there, which which would only improve and all that. So it's a good problem to have. Let me put it that way.
It is, but
It
he's so
is.
young that I wouldn't want a situation we
Yeah,
keep him with the first team and he will not be playing enough.
exactly. And it's quite similar to the Levi Cowell last summer of, would he stay, would he? But then we had a back three, so it's different. Now in it too, it's a bit, it's less game time. There's no Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it might get a bit long.
It
But we'll
might,
see
yeah,
how it goes. We'll see how it
yeah, we'll
goes.
see, yeah, yeah. So far, I like the coordinated press and on the ground, but again, our behavior off the ball was it was concerning,
Lackadaisical.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it shows, the mentality and the approach the coach is, taking
Mm-hmm.
with the players, which was quite, different from back then. We'd lose and then we'll have like, well, 2 3 days. Like, no, you need the 3 days. And even when we had like weeks where we won't need to play because we went out of the FA or the Carling,
Mm-hmm.
you think it's an opportunity for you to drill your players tactically,
Yeah.
but we almost looked like we took a break, a bigger break than most teams that had games. So it's all about the approach and the mentality and setting the standards high. So that's a big positive.
Yeah, we took breaks when we should be working hard to, you can say, rectify issues what were happening at the time, and that
Yeah.
surprised me. Wow, Carney,
So
he has a very good control, but I think he
yeah,
doesn't look up quickly because where I think Starling was in an acres of space, but he didn't
space.
look up.
Yeah,
Keep dropping
yeah,
the
but
likes on the stream, people. 80 likes, 20 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. And that was close. A nice pass there. Poor control from Ben Chilwell, really. Let's get it to 100 and shoot for 200. Go ahead, Martin. Were you saying something?
yeah. And speaking of Chilwell, like we need them to step up. We really do need the senior players to step up. Like
He
we've gotten
has
to
to.
the point where
They have to, maybe. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, that they are the big ones, they are the older ones, they're the mature heads. We need them. Poor touches, poor finishes, things
Mhm.
like that. No, no, these guys, you've been through a lot. You've been to Champions League finals under multiple coaches. Like you know what you're doing and what you're supposed to do. So there won't be any, time for us, which I kind of like because it was expected at this level. It was expected at this level. So yeah,
Does
we're
he
looking
look like
forward to.
Starling has a free role there?
I feel like he's just trying to affect the game. I feel like he feels the criticism and he's trying to, get involved more,
He
which is
has to.
good.
He has to lead by example. He's the oldest there.
Yeah, which is good. So you're seeing a whole lot of combinations between Sterling and Kunku. They are dropping deep, I think, to help with the play as well. And
Mhm.
and yeah, and that works out good in our favor. But then we need people to, understand their positions and affect the game in that way still. So yeah, I think they're just
Yeah.
trying to get involved. And in a way, you notice how we kind of struggled with Enzo, being away from the first phase. But when he gets back there, we look more comfortable in that way because we know he can just ping a pass at any time.
Yeah, I
And
still think he should be starting from a deeper position because if anything, my definition of Enzo is that simple. It's simple. He's a deep line midfield playmaker.
yeah,
Honestly, yeah. If you
and
ask
that's
some
why
people, they say, "Yeah, we should just start him in the 10th position." No, I get it. I think it'd be more effective for us from a deeper position.
deeper.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and progressing the ball, he's quite high on that, as well as
Mm-hmm.
his pass volume. He has the highest, literally the highest in the world. This is statistically correct. Enzo is the highest passer and the highest amount of touch. He has the highest amount of touches too in a game.
You can
So
argue that's
it's
something he has in common with Jorginho. But beyond
yeah,
that, I think they differ in so many words.
yeah,
But a lot of people
physically,
fail to
and then in
see that. I've
progression,
always told people Enzo will never be Jorginho and Jorginho will never be Enzo. It's as simple as
exactly.
that. Mhm.
Jorginho mainly retains the ball, while Enzo progresses the ball. And he has
Yeah.
the since he came in January, he has the highest amount of ball progressions per 90. Still, even
Mhm.
with our bad form, so you can imagine what he'll do in a better team. With more active wingers and players running off defensive lines.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think this also what leans into the whole Caicedo talk because we know Caicedo can be reliable to play in the first phase and just relieve Enzo of that. So so yeah, we'll see how everything plays out anyway.
Yeah. Would you say Enzo is a register
No, it's more than that. It's more of a, like you said, deep line.
playmaker?
Yeah, and he's a combination too because he's got that aggressive touch to it where he can actually be really, effective whenever he chooses sport. He has to be in close space. He doesn't like really chase after the players and all that.
Mhm.
And and then on the ball, he's got the fancy everything, the tricks, the press resistance, high volume passing with quality, both short, medium, and long as well, comfortable on both feet. So it's of that mode where he can be more, it can be anything you need from your midfield. It's just the combination with the other players in the midfield and how you want to build a system around that. So I think that's what matters.
Hmm. Yeah, you can see the inexperience there from Humphreys. He hesitated. I was thinking he
Yeah.
was going to go for the ball when he was in the air, but he stood back and didn't go for it, and that was a risk actually. So far, possession is 63 to 37. Of course, Chelsea with 67. Shots zeros for both teams. Off target, nothing there. Passing 100 for Chelsea and a total of 54 for Fulham. Completed passes 91 of 100, which is 91%. It's simple there because it's still a not 100 round number there. 42 completed passes out of 54 for Fulham, and yeah, passing accuracy. Yeah, the mathematics was simple because it was just 100 passes and 91 completed passes. So 91% to 78 of Fulham's defense. Tackles one for Chelsea, three for Fulham. Blocks one for Fulham. Duels one, two for Chelsea, five for Fulham. Corners a three or four for Fulham. Yeah, so that's an important stat actually to look at.
Yeah. It's quite balanced in a way. And
Mhm.
Fulham, I think they started, their what they'll look at as their a good strong 11, and they're
Mhm.
taking it seriously, and we are taking it seriously as well. But yeah,
Yeah,
we're look
it's
at
a London derby in the States. That's how I see it.
yeah, it is, and I think in the second half we'll be looking to crack up the temperature a bit, and we'll see how that one plays out. But it's looking even in balance right now.
Yeah, it is.
And then another thing is also the players, the younger players, seeing how they fare against Premier League opposition with the press and all of that. And so far, so good. Santos has been, holding his own. And
Yeah, he has actually. I have to say, he's
yeah,
been
so
doing
we just
well.
need him to just keep it nice and simple. Like it doesn't take a lot, honestly. Just keep it nice and simple. Good passes, quick, intelligent, and and yeah, you just keep improving on that. You just keep building on that.
And you could argue that's something he's actually done consistently during this preseason is to keep it as simple as possible, not to overdo anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, as he gets well acquainted with it, you can say with the team, his confidence will grow. And then if he's the most careful player, then we'll start seeing that.
Mm-hmm. 100%. And Bosto, I mean, right now he's just having to do a lot of pressing, which is good because
Mhm.
yeah, and it kind of opens up the idea that maybe that's why he's playing center forward to do a whole lot of pressing in the first half and keep the defenders on their toes, and that's good instead of having Nkunku do the pressing, you know, and then but we'll see how everything plays out.
Mhm.
And like and another thing is Angelo not featuring in what 2 games now, which is sad, but it kind of draws closer to the indication that him probably be leaving on loan.
Yeah, that's a possibility, but he's still with us.
Yeah,
What doesn't make sense to me is the fact that, for to believe the rumors, the plan is to send him out on loan, and he's still here training with a team he ends up not playing with. Why not join Strasbourg right away? Maybe they still want to give him a chance and see how it goes. Starling moving
yeah,
so slow. What has happened to him? And when you compare to Nkunku, Starling, it looks like he's 35. Yeah, unfortunately, to me, I think it's for him. Chelsea is a retirement home. That's how I see it, really. And I don't, I don't
honestly,
think he cares so much what happened with his place in the England national team. This says I am so sorry for Nkunku. I hope he saves energy for the second half when he will be joined by the real cavalry. You can argue that,
oh my
but
God,
let's see how
Gusto.
it goes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. He
Yeah,
tried to
Malo
put it in
Gusto.
one time. But go ahead. You were saying something. Sorry. You can always come in.
Yeah, I was seeing the struggle with Gusto and William. It was such a good watch. I think James is he needs to be worried, honestly.
He needs to. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think he
It's,
needs to be.
I'm not whether we should give him a chance in the midfield, but I've argued before that we don't have the luxury to do that. I get it. People bring up the argument that he played an entire season for Wigan in the midfield area. Raheem Sterling, man, what has happened? Good question there from
Honestly.
what's his name? And Andreas Santos, he reads the game very well, really.
Yeah, yeah, the
That's what
awareness.
that's what I saw. That's why again I've argued in the morning that if we're looking to free up Enzo, that he's the guy, not Cassidy, really. I think he's better defensively, but that's
Yes,
my
and
opinion from what I've seen so far, really.
yes, and you're right. You're right, and that's what I was alluding to in the discussion that it's all about the roles. Now, if you're looking to free up Enzo, of course, he is the one right now, the only one on the team. Well, if Enzo would still have to be the one, doing the first phase and the
Mm.
distribution, then maybe you play him with Casade. So
Man, this kid Humphreys, man, he doesn't look like a teenager, really.
at all, honestly,
Oh
and
my,
he has that confidence, that
amazing! Yeah.
Cobham confidence. Yeah, it's good, honestly. He's just one season
Wow.
away from doing the business.
Mhm.
That's why I was campaigning for him to be the fifth choice.
Do you think he still stays? If we're not going to sign another center back, I think
We
just as
have,
we
I
do,
think,
yeah.
reports today are confirming the fact that we just signed Axel Dassisi from Monaco.
Have we signed him already or close to?
I think close to advanced talks.
Which means it's close, really. Yeah.
Yeah, which means the fee has been agreed. They're just checking documents to see how the payments are gonna roll through and all of that. So it's if it's close to happening, then although it might not really affect Humphreys as much as it would affect Chaloba. So it depends on who the club sees as the most, with the higher ceiling. So it depends
Yeah.
on several factors. Humphreys can go on loan and come back next year, replace Thiago Silva, or we could still sell Chaloba, which would be unfortunate at this point. But if they
I
don't
still
rate
don't
him
think we'd
highly,
sell him, but go ahead with what you're
yeah,
saying.
if it's all about Poch. I see a lot of people talking about this like it's all a matter of the club trying to cash in on the Cobham graduates for pure profit and all of that. But ultimately, if Pochettino sees his team and he's been training with these guys and he sees that this young man can do a job for him, then I don't see any reason why he wouldn't just make that known and all these discussions would end. So there's also the part where maybe the coach is not that confident as well. And if that's the case, then we need to just, go with that because we don't want any excuses later in the season that, oh,
I agree with
yeah.
you.
And Thiago Silva, honestly, should be phased out at this point.
It has to be a gradual process. I think we scored, but because I haven't seen the goal on my screen, I'm not reacting.
Even
on the screen here, we're not seeing the goal. So maybe they're seeing the picture late, but I'm guessing it's from a corner kick. And whose header was that? Captain Thiago Silva.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah, an assist for who bench you again, a fine header by Thiago Silva. That kid playing a striker has no pace. Maybe that's too quick. Quick of a judgment, in my opinion. That kid at the striker, I hope he gets some experience. It's too early for him, unfortunately. Look at what a comparison with Jackson does to a player. No shame, boy. You will grow. I think you will grow. No shame there. Silva, wow, that's a fine header. The goalkeeper had no chance. Legend enjoying minutes. Yeah, I think we talked about it in the morning that he hasn't played that much because the manager already knows how good he is and why you can say why waste the space you have to take a look at the younger players. Let him be our captain, even if it is non-playing captain. Maybe Silva with that goal. Yeah, it was a fine header there from the veteran defender. So awesome. I love that guy. Thomas Bays, I appreciate you joining the beautiful game. Silva should be phased out. Bro, you got the worst timing into one. Martin, did you see that is for you?
Yeah,
the moment you said Silva should be phased out and he scored.
Yeah, it's all about the season and the
but he knows. I think he believes you're correct, but what a time to state.
It's just impeccable timing.
That's funny, really, honestly.
Thiago, and he's the captain. You can see him, backing out orders and getting everyone organized.
Yeah, what a player he is. Very intelligent, and how he's able to do it at 38, still playing. Again, if you're not told how old he is, you will not know. I have never seen anything like that. That's a selfish play by who is that? Is that the kid playing the number 9 position, trying to do everything alone? Why not drop the ball for the person that passed it to you, since you're back in the post and you don't have a chance there? And I have to say, really, what's his name? Gusto is also good in the air. I'm seeing,
he is.
Yeah, some aspect of his games that I wasn't too sure about. I wasn't too sure that he's good as Reece James defensively. Chances that actually he's better than Reece James defensively. Honestly, from what I've seen so far.
I think the best part of Gusto is people try to, talk down on him because you feel like he's competing with Reece James. But it's almost similar to the way Reece James started as well, where you're like, this guy's actually good at almost everything.
I have to agree with you. Yeah,
he's actually really good at everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's got that attitude and personality to go with the ability. So he's like, you know what, if you want to get in your face, we'll get in your face. If you want to go scrappy, we'll be scrappy. If you want to be nice. So he's got that. And seeing the flakes, on the Chelsea timeline, like him doing clips and raising the ball and all these things, the confidence is like, he knows he's good, He just fills you with confidence that you've got your man for the years. He's 20, so it's on the whole, 10,000 years prison sentence. So we are here for it. We love that.
I'll ask you. I'll have you address this question on the screen. JC asking, how did we manage to lose and draw to this Fulham team last season? I'll just give one multitude of reasons. We had a lot of players that weren't committed.
Yes.
Some of them, you could say, had already gone in spirit, but their body were still at Chelsea at the time. But you go ahead. I'll let you address it.
Yes, and in the first one I can remember was João Felix's first game, which he was brilliant at. We missed chances in that game, and then there was the red card. and then he just petered out. The cross, the header from Vinicius, Kepa's hands, just so many reasons, but it wasn't as, like, how will I put it? it we could have done better. We could have done better. And then the second leg was the draw, uninspiring. I think that should have been Enzo's first game or so. In the midfield, we had almost everyone injured at the time. I think it was just who Loftus-Cheek left or who. So there were so many questions, honestly, so many things that, just weren't going well for us. And both on the player side and the manager side, mentally, commitment, desire, and just there were just so many things that were below par that just led to those results. But right now, we've moved on from that, and happy days, happy days.
Yeah, I'm going to catch up and then I'll come back to you with the question. How active you see Mauricio Pochettino is, even during water breaks, he has something to say. He likes it to be, should I say proactive? Maybe that isn't the right word for it, but he addresses every situation, the moment, you can say unfavorable situation. Every time he senses something that he doesn't like, he addresses it immediately. He doesn't even wait until the half. What a contrast to the manager we have of late. We've had two managers we've had before him. But let me just catch up with this. How did we manage to lose and draw? I don't know. Again, I think he's addressed that. Coach, the shape on that across though perfection. Yep. The curve and everything. It's that time of the year, Jerry Z. The energy of Coachila peaks as the melody of the summer, blends with the sunshine and rain. Jerry Z, always nice to see you, brother. That a teenager up front is conjuring this, Morata. You just said it. He's a teenager, probably still trying to do too much to impress the manager. I will shoot any poet who even thinks of comparing himself to Jerry, with one exception of ChatGPT, maybe. Jesse, is that time of it's time to acknowledge that Poch is world class. That is your answer right there in the flesh. I think I agree with you. Captain, my captain, yeah. Thiago Silva, what a player he is. Jerry, you make any poet sound plastic, plastic digital. You are so good, bro. He's good at it. It's so formal, even though English is not his first language, man. But yeah, that question I asked you, what a contrast. How active Pochettino is, again, during the first half, during water breaks. He's always speaking to the players, always, again, his observed stuff he doesn't want to see again. And you can say, makes the effort to correct the issues immediately. If you're there, Martin, what do you make of the contrast?
It's such a big contrast, because if you're passionate about what you do, you will always be wanting to, improve the players. You always be wanting to get involved. You always be wanting to, remind players of what they're doing good and what they could improve on. And it's something that just comes naturally from just the desire and a good understanding of what you want to achieve and what you're seeing the players be doing. So it's a big contrast from Potter just sitting down, being all quiet. We are
even when we're losing, but in this case, even when we're winning, he's still very vocal. You could see him animated and explaining. But go ahead, sorry to cut you off. You're not tapping is my thing, right? But I'm on side right now, aren't I? But go ahead.
Yeah, you are. And you're right, because even back then would have managers winning us 2-0, and the managers that are winning are still backing instructions now. So it's one of those things where you can see things and you desire to change it, and you have to talk. People say it's a personality thing. I don't think it is. You don't have a personality thing when you're having to work in a department or in an industry where you have to deal with 25, 30 players, and you're continuously, giving them instructions to make them better, make the team better. So it's a big contrast, honestly, and it's a testament to the coach knowing what he's doing, and the players getting everything on board and showing their class.
That should especially be the case when you're dealing with kids 19, 20, 22.
Exactly.
They have a lot to learn. You should be active on the touchline, correcting their mistakes immediately. You don't wait until first half, maybe too late then. Yeah, I'm happy that he's known for helping polish young players. I think a good appointment. But go ahead if
And
you were
he's
saying
new.
something. Yeah.
And he's new as well. So most of the players do not understand, his philosophy, his style. I see some people making the case that, Carlo doesn't talk so much. Of course, Carlo is old now, and most, players understand his style and the way he wants to play. But watch Carlo when he was younger. He was backing out instructions as well at AC Milan and other teams. So it's one of those ones where you need to keep the players informed, because players go out there, players forget, they freestyle, they do some, play differently, but you need to remind them continuously, and yeah, just help them improve and get better.
Yeah, and it says, Coach, let me see in case we score now. Put it, come on, put it in the box, man. Why did you have to shoot, bro? Come on! Good try there, good try. I was expecting him to put it in the box, but he tried to score from that angle. Not a bad try, though. Coach, can you imagine Lampard breaks a speech to the players of Chile? Hand me that water bottle. It's quite hot in it. Wow, that's live in the US. It can be heard from the stands. Yep, I like that. Chilwell too selfish. Yeah, he can be too selfish sometimes. Yeah, Sterling. Yeah, the closest he has come to a goal. He's devastated and he's having he can go at the ref. Yeah, that we did get a corner kicker. So go ahead, Martin, if you were speaking. Sorry.
Yeah, and I was gonna add that in a way I kind of like Chua being selfish like that, because it was a bit rushed. Although I would rather trust him to shoot than trust him to find a pass when he was being, with everyone running back like that. If it was in a different situation, then maybe. But yeah, and still, and then the rebound. Sterling could hit that first time. Honestly, like 10 years Premier League experience. He's been playing football since
Yeah, I
17.
think you could, but good try though.
Yeah, but still, really, really good try. And I love the switches. The way we come across the pitch. Everything is done intentionally, and it's fast, it's direct. I like that. I like that. I like this new version that is just no possession focused. We're trying to be decisive in our actions, and that's
Yeah, more
lovely
more
to see.
direct, just passing the ball around.
Yeah,
Passes with papers.
yeah, it
Even
is.
today, he's been more. You can more. He's you can say he's made more progressive passes than usual. Maybe he changes for good. Yeah, William
Yeah,
is a legend, and I respect him so much. Facts, Martin. If you've done it, yeah.
yeah, yeah. William is a funny one too, because I'm just happy. I'm just happy he's up against Gusto, because I couldn't wish any other right back for him.
Yeah, I
I
think Gusto will be able to do with him. He marks the ball very well.
very,
Oof,
very well.
experience. That's some
Yeah.
trick there.
Humphrey is so good with the passing, man.
Yeah, he's a fine player. I like him so much.
Yeah. This young striker needs to show some substance.
Yeah, they need to.
They need to show just a little something,
Yeah,
just
I
a
think
little
Slonina,
something.
he's coming to the game now. In fact, Martin, if you don't shoot, you don't score. If you don't buy tickets, you're never gonna win a lottery. So I agree with you. Buy a ticket to win the lottery. I just did the tapping
Yeah,
to you right there.
yeah, it is.
On you, baby.
It
I
is.
pulled one of you, and that's my line actually. So he stole that. The line I
Yeah,
learned when I stuck in, I think it was PS. Was it PS 2 or 3? I don't remember when Martin Tyler was I can one of the commentators in the game.
I think
Wow,
PS2.
that's a huge risk from Slonina. Inexperience is something. I think he needs to go out and learn really.
Yeah, he does. And I think
Yeah.
this is the aspect of, the development that we need to be, to be familiar with. Like, these mistakes will come with age and all that, and yeah, he needs to go out, be in a different setup, in a different team, have expectations, make the
Mhm.
mistakes, improve on the mistakes, grow, get confidence, be battle tested, because
Yeah,
when
yeah,
the
I agree
pressure
with you.
comes, pressure affects players differently. So it's one of those ones where it's good for everyone. I see people speaking about it like, oh, maybe he wouldn't have a future. No, if it's good enough, you always have a future still. So it's good on him. Age is on his side. He gets the experience, he gets better, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, we'll take it
So
from there. I think I don't know if I should say we've defended well, or maybe they haven't really pressured us that much. But
yeah, I think
maybe they haven't pressured. Yeah.
they're doing the whole Bermuda Triangle thing where they just keep going around and no one wants to actually go through the middle, the attacking mid area. Yeah, it's a bit tough, but
Yeah, the resistance Pochettino's tenure at Tottenham was nothing short of extraordinary as he achieved a remarkable success, and even a Pepper club could have done could have done anything more at Spurs. Could not, I'm guessing. His exceptional talent set him apart, and I genuinely hope he finds a great success and becomes a legend at Chelsea. I think that will be the case. Let's just make sure he's well equipped. Fulham CB adjusted to current pace of game, and then on comes Jackson and Nkunku. Imagine the shocking lightning, but Jackson isn't even on the bench, except if I'm not saying everything there. Yeah, coach, I cleared your tapping off the line and wrote it myself. That was what you did, really. But that's fine.
it is.
Yeah,
This game is looking
Trevor
good.
struggles whenever you have players on him. Go ahead with what you're saying, brother.
Yes, another thing is people also need to understand that why it was so successful, and by that I mean Pochettino's time at Tottenham was that he had this CDMs very physical and covering up for the fullbacks. So the fullbacks who had the license to go up front and just keep on pumping the crosses and increasing the pressure for the opposition. So Caicedo is almost a necessary evil to make his cocktail, work in the way you would want it to work for your team. This is one of those ones where you kind of need to also have that in mind that he needs that. He needs that for it to work really good. But we'll see how everything goes.
Yeah, just quickly, I want to ask you, how far back are you and I? We have a second goal and we don't even know. Was that a miss? That was a miss.
Maybe, but
Yeah, that was a miss. Yeah, he missed a side netting. Um, but I think he's lost balance. Yeah. Oh my word. Yeah,
yeah,
that's a
he
miss.
lost the
Oh,
balance. You can see he really wanted it to go in, man.
yeah. Sterling should have taken that shot. Wow, right in the hand of the goalkeeper. And the second take, yeah, on the side. Coach, your energy during that miss chance was truly impressive. Wish I can have the same energy to entertain JC during the show. I love JC so much. It was a miss. We are on 36:40, yeah, 36:28, a few seconds late, and I don't have too many options. Maybe let me check if it's on. Yeah, it's even if I find it on Peacock, it's still delayed because it's streaming. Yeah, what a miss that was really. Yep, Stalin. Yeah, I think I've seen the miss too. A few seconds late, about 20 seconds later, so or a little less.
Yeah, I think Jackson is on the bench.
Is he?
Yes, I believe so. I just went to check.
Okay, thank you. But kudos to Enzo for making that run and
The
creating
run.
the channel there. It wasn't easy.
Yeah, and he kind of started everything up with the long pass, and I think that's the good side of Enzo that he can, do the first phase and also arrive at the box in that way. And I trust on his ability to find a pass and shoot as well. So
Yeah, I think he actually scored a delicious goal with his right foot, a Coila during the World Cup,
in
didn't
the World
he?
Cup, yeah,
Yeah.
and he's very capable of that.
Yeah.
And even most of his shooting is because his passing is already very accurate. So it's an expectation that his shooting also will be that, be quite good. So
He's saying everyone is on the bench, coach, even the tea lady. Okay,
Yep.
I think it's close. It's not that bad, but that's usually what happens when you're using a streaming service. Chilwell is so one-dimensional, it hurts. I have to agree with you on that one.
Yeah. And
Coach,
the
I
pass
know
backs.
it's only preseason, but teams are really struggling to work us out. I think I agree with you. I agree with you. Our approach is very dynamic, and that's good to see. But
Yeah.
man,
And
I'm loving Malo Gusto. What a player he
yes,
is. Never
and it's so
panics.
the contrast from what Chilwell is doing on the left side is just painful. It's painful. Even the body shape alone,
Mhm.
like it doesn't fill you with confidence, you know. It's almost like he's avoiding to not be on the ball. Like, come on, we know you're good. We know you're good. Like just do your thing.
Yeah, Chelsea's
Honestly.
going to win, says GM. I think we're going to win. And this says, glad Jackson is on the bench because I didn't like Sterling ending up as a striker last game. We got two decent ones, use them. Yeah, I think Jackson comes on. I didn't know he was, when I checked, he wasn't on the bench. So probably a mistake from them there. Um, that's a fire there. Go ahead, Martin. Sorry if I cut you off.
No, yeah, like I'm really just looking forward to the second half because everything is a bit give and go, give and go. I
Mm,
need players to be a bit more assured on the ball. And in a way, it also, should be under consideration that the new signings will be getting, attacking signings, should also be players that are quite confident, holding the ball, moving with it, and, work, they work really well under pressure because so much give and goes. No one really wants to hold down the ball, take their man on, get fouled, all of that. Well, we'll see how everything goes anyway. We'll see how
yeah,
it
let's see
goes.
how it goes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 98 likes, two more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. Logan, the Papa says, I feel like Chilwell wasn't always one dimensional. That may well be the case. His problems may have started after his
Yeah.
injuries. Come on. Can you square it? Oh, a bit too far.
Wow. Chile has
Shouldn't that
performed
be a penalty?
probably.
Come on, Carney. 2-0. Is he onside? He's onside. The second goal by Nkunku, but Carney was the one that collected the ball after some melee there, but he controlled it perfectly, had a shot on the goal, but didn't place it well. Nkunku on the rebound,
Nice
so put
one.
it in the back of the
Nice
net.
one. Nice
Yeah.
one. And this is the thing about Carney. Like he's got these bags of tricks. He just haven't had the playing time for you to see everything. And this is exactly what
Yeah,
I
he
was
finds
talking
solutions
about.
in tight spaces.
Yeah, and this is exactly what I was talking about. That he has the physicality and the intelligence. It's just for him to apply that and save us some 40 million on a Sharky or Kudus or whoever.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think you work out good. So lovely stuff. And he keeps if he's playing like this, then we're in for a really good season. And
I've got
Nkunku,
to agree about Carney. Technically, he's very good. He just needs to play more to learn more. But I've got to focus on some things I'm really not happy about. I'm not
Mhm.
happy about. And you can see, first of all, the young players. People talk about Enzo, he's this, that, and all that. Yeah, he is. But you can see he is still developing. I mean, that goal he missed was almost inexcusable, but it shows that he also has flaws in his game that he needs to work on, and he will. Ben Chilwell disappoints me. He has no passing range. Sterling is a waste of time. Sterling should not be taking the position of any of these youngsters. If I find someone like Angelo is deprived because of Sterling, I'll be really upset because Sterling is offering us nothing. I don't see what he's bringing. Okay, he's on the ball now, but what does he bring this team for a player of his stature? Carney brings far much more. Far much more. Santos is doing quite well in the middle. He's overshadowing Enzo at the moment. Maybe Enzo's a bit tired because he has played a number of games. Burstow, well, you can see he's definitely going to go on loan. He's everywhere, but he's very much a work in progress. Um, Gusto, well, Gusto's Gusto. He's, I mean, look how he's keeping Willian a bit quiet. Um, um, Slonina, you can see why he's going to go on loan. Looks a little bit unsteady. He's okay. He's got the physicality, being protected well by Thiago and Bashir Humphreys. And I don't know. I think on this platform somebody said Humphreys doesn't have pace. Really, really. You know, I have seen nothing wrong in this guy's game,
No,
and
I'm not saying even if he doesn't have pace, it's not the
he does
quickest. I
have
think
pace.
I did say he's not the quickest, but every other thing I take and still keep him really. I think his intelligence, footballing intelligence, his ability on the ball, he's cool-headed just like Thiago Silva. He reminds
He
me
is.
of Andres Christensen coming
He,
through the ranks of Chelsea Academy.
he is.
I
He's
said
18
when I
years
said that, I
old,
ended by saying I
and
still need to see more to see how quick he is, but his
Yeah,
pace
he
is nothing to me. Because as
he's
much as or as long as you're able to read the game, be at the right place at the right time, even the quickest player on the pitch cannot outrun you. But go ahead, Bobby.
he's 18 years old. I think he'll learn from Thiago, especially that type of goal from corners. He needs
yeah,
to put himself into that, and I think he'll learn. I'm pleased with it. I'm pleased with the tactical nature of our coach, how he approaches games. I'm pleased with how these youngsters are adapting, and I'm just
yeah,
disappointed in the somewhat older players. Chilwell, please, for goodness sake, you know, he's very good going forward, but his passing is disgraceful. You know, especially in his own half. He doesn't know how to pass out. He's caught on the ball too much, and I don't think that's acceptable. I think we need to. I'm I, I'm disappointed not seeing Lewis Hall. You know, but you know, Pochettino. You know, he can't be perfect, I guess, but I would have rather seen Lewis Hall there on that left. I think he does a better job, personally.
yeah. And it's just the body shape as well. Like every time Chilwell receives the ball, he's always wanting to face backwards. It's so wrong. It feels like you can turn, brother. You actually can turn, you know. So it's those are the little things that you just look at and you say, well, I just hope these things improve, but I don't know. I don't know if we have the patience for it.
Chilwell and Sterling are holding back the team, especially
Yes.
Sterling. At least Chilwell, he has a scoring capability. Sterling is a disgrace. You know, even that opportunity he created, his attempt at goal was horrible. He just fired the ball at the goalkeeper, and when it hit the legs of a defender, he's complaining for I don't know what. There's nothing convincing in his play. Nothing. Honestly,
Yeah.
get him off. I don't want to see him. I'm
And the
getting
concerning aspect is actually he is the top again, the second top earner at the club after Romelu Lukaku, and you'd expect him
shocking.
to be the most experienced and the second highest top earner at the club. He should be leading by example, but he hasn't done that. Just quickly, let me catch up
Yeah.
with the chat. The break is just 15 minutes or so we have to be quick here. Coach, hear me out. Maybe a static DM is not the way. I think you could argue that. And if looking back, Pochettino had Musa Dembele, the former Belgium international, and he wasn't your stereotypical DM. He has everything in his locker. So maybe we're not looking for a traditional DM, really. What do you think, Martin?
Yeah, and but the thing is, they always start off as being a DM, and then they have to evolve the game to being a bit of a hybrid of a box to box and all of that. People need to understand that if you're going to send your fullbacks forward, you need two midfielders backwards. You need them competent enough to break down counterattacks, competent enough to intercept, blocks, tackles, and do all these things. And for you to start searching for players like that, you start looking at DMs that can do more than what the DMs do. Or the reverse of looking at really good midfielders like Enzo that can put in a tackle here and there, but then you're handicapping yourself from other aspects of their game. So that's the idea that we're looking at. We're looking at the DMs that are available, and then the DMs that can do more than just being a DM. And this is where the Caicedos and the Ugochukwu and every other person comes into play because it's kind of the build for the system. Now, box to box would be nice. This player would be good. That player would be good, but it wouldn't really give the fullbacks the license to say go up and just keep on piling pressure on the opposition. So this is
Right, we
this is
have just
another
15 minutes for the first half analysis. I think after when the game ends, we'll have too much time to talk about it. I'm going to try to
yeah.
get the opinion of Tabejo, AD, and Bobby too, who are both in the chat. And thank you guys for 103 likes. And let's get it up. Let's get it to 200 and shoot for 300 by the time the show ends. Coming to you, Tabejo. What are your observations? It's observations. I can't say it in the first half. You let us know. Do you expect any changes? You let us know.
The only change that we can make is based to it just look raw, that kid, but I won't blame him. It's still young. He needs to learn. Some daddy coach gave him a game time, but again, look at this team, how fit they are. I'm so glad, man. This team looks fresh, fit, taking instructions. We just need only maybe 2 or 3 editions. We are good to go, man. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I can't lie.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I think the fitness level, what a contrast to the preseason before last season. Again, so many factors to consider. We had players who weren't here spiritually, they're gone, but the bodies were here. But good observations overall. I'm going to come to you, Eddie, just quickly with a minute or two. Your observations are from the first half. Do you expect to see any changes? If yes, what are the chances you expect to see? And what a contrast to the lineup we selected in the morning. I think Bobby got it right by arguing in the morning. He wouldn't say that we'll get a glimpse again of what's to come against Liverpool in terms of the lineup. But AD, your observations are. Let's hear you. And thank you for finding the time to join us. I know it's probably you should be in bed right now, but go ahead.
Thank you so much, Coach. Yeah, I'm very, very impressed about it. And then
You got to get closer to your mic, Eddie. Okay, let's wait for Eddie to get closer to his mic. We don't have too much. Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
It's still very faint. We can barely hear you. So why Eddie looks for a solution to his microphone issues? I will not be reading too much in the chat, but I'll be highlighting them as the game progresses because we have too little time for the first half, just 15 minutes. I'm going to come to you, Bobby. I think you've spoken. Your observations I don't know if you want to say anything else. Your observations are in the first half before I go back to Martin. Bobby, are you there?
Sorry,
All right.
on mute. I'm here. Yeah, I've said my observations. You can go on to someone else. It's fine. I'll talk a bit later.
All right. Thank you, bro. So, Martin, coming back to you, your observations, and do you expect to see any changes? If yes, what are the changes you expect to see? It looks like he slept off too. I know it's very late for you guys there, so I don't blame you. Eddie, whenever you're ready, you can come. I mean, I'm considering preparing some coffee and enjoying the game. Yes, please do that.
Hi, Coach.
How could we, Eddie? Go ahead.
Coach, can you hear me now? Yeah.
Thank
yeah,
you.
very, very impressed.
I think you were in your bedroom enjoying your sleep.
No, not really, not sleeping, Coach. Yeah. See, I'm very, very impressed. To be honest, what can you say? Difference from last season and this season. And you know what? One striking thing there is this. You can see Fulham, they are afraid to press us because they are afraid of our counter, the pace going back, which wasn't the case last season. Teams were always pressing us high because we had no pace going back to hurt them. This season, they are afraid to come out because they know the pace going back this way. And the fitness, just like Tobago said, is unbelievable. I mean, what can...
Damn, they got to...
I mean, when you have a class manager, you know you have a class manager, to be honest. I give it to Pochettino. He's done really, really...
Yeah, and he has to take a call, maybe.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you still, yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, so just a quick one, just to say, highly, highly, highly impressed. I'm so happy. And I mean, And Pochettino just said it that we're going to see a completely different 11 in the second half. That's what I think. So imagine us having Modric coming on with the pace, and then his feet and all. I mean, it's just all looking good for us, to be honest. I mean, sorry, coach. I just have to go. I have to go, coach. Sorry.
All right, no problem, brother.
Good
Yeah, go ahead, Martin, your observations, so I can try and get a few stuff we have in the chat. I think he's having a good a poor connection, so he had to actually go out. But your thoughts.
So the first, looking at the team looks fit, very fit. Everyone looks sharp. Everyone looks agile. Even the players, we are unfortunately criticizing their performance. They still look fit and sharp. So hopefully they come good. And then the structure of the team, the formations, the 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3 as well, both attacking and defensive phases. It looks good. Playing out, everyone looks sound. It looks like they know what they're doing. Instructions are coming through. And the entire team play, the chemistry, the understanding, everything was bang on today. So I'm looking forward to the second half. I hope we don't make so many changes, but I think we'll see a lot of changes still.
Let's talk about him once more. Malo Gusto.
Augusto.
I think I need to take my time to compare
Honestly,
him with Rich James one more
I'm
time.
buying
The
stock.
last time I did the comparison, I think Rich had a better output this season.
He is pure class.
Oh my
Honestly,
goodness!
yeah.
Defensively,
I haven't seen.
offensively.
The only thing is goal scoring. I haven't really seen that yet, but his defending is excellent, and his ball carrying forward is excellent. But that's where
Coach,
Reece James beats him, in that Reece James scores, and we're yet to see if Gusto can do the same.
I wouldn't mind the rotation as long as he gets the defensive aspect of the whole thing done. I'd take it.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Martin, so that we can bring in Tobejo. Malo Gusto.
Yeah, like Gusto is so bang on, and I think people underestimated how good, he is coming to the team and all of that. Like, he's here to play, and he's gonna give James a run for his money. Like, really, really give James a run for his money. And I want to add that there is also, the school of thought that if we are playing Liverpool in the first game of the week and we can't really rely on the left backs, I don't mind sticking Gusto with Salah on that left. I don't mind. If he can do a job, I'll do that. Honestly.
Yeah. Tobejo, go ahead. You had something to say.
you remember the time I was scouting left backs and everything, doing my research? I take you on Malagusto last year.
Yeah, I remember that. I never forget that type of thing, man. Wow,
What a player, man! I love this kid. He looks so fit, so fresh. Man, I'm telling you, Rich James, Malo Gusto, for a decade, we are good there. That side, right hand side, I'm so extremely happy. So now, man, what a
do you
guy!
buy the idea of playing him in the left back, just like
No. Let's play Chilwell there and Marco Corella. If not, Luis Hall.
Yeah, Lewis Hall for me. I wouldn't mind playing Lewis Hall in that position. But honestly, I have to be honest. I love them, but I was questioning his defensive ability. But he's proven to be quick. His tackles are clean. Hardly gets it wrong. And wow, what a signing! And how much did we actually pay for him? I just can't quite remember. And
10 or
Jersey
something.
here saying you should how much?
Let me just confirm the amount. One second.
Okay. You all should definitely check out the Chelsea Perspective blog read the fantastic articles on Pochettino. We have one pending. I think we'll release it before the Liverpool game. It's absolutely delicious and offers remarkable insight. You should get to it. Coach, it's nicer to see that we are the ones doing all the bullying for once. Oh yeah, I get it. Because you can say most games we lost last season in the Premier League were all down to us not being able to deal with the physicality of the opposition team. They bullied us so much that we couldn't do anything about it. Pacey centre backs is such a FIFA thing. I think I agree with you. It's about intelligence, so being at the right place at the right time, and then that way, even the quickest player on the pitch cannot outrun you because you'd anticipate their move. Humphreys good, but this time will come one load. Will still be good. Maybe Strasbourg, but he is sure up there with the rest. Believe me, his calmness, you think that he's older than he is. Aura, or again, everywhere. I agree with you. I needed to see Angela too. I need to see him too. Just read that Chelsea are looking at a number of unnamed strikers. Good news. We came to that conclusion in the morning and yesterday that it just seems as if Todd Boehly and Co. They found a way to keep our transfer activities on the wraps, and it has worked out. When she here, we're looking at the player, boom, it's across the line. That's what I like. Great coming forward, not so good in defense. Ben took the replace Alonso thing too seriously.
he
I
spent
like
way too
that
much
one.
time with him.
I like that one. Hi, Coach. Chukwemeka is a baller. Your thoughts? No question in that. Honestly, I think here's the thing. He's shown that he can find solutions in tight spaces. He doesn't shy away from trying to find. He doesn't that you have the 2, 3, 4 players on him doesn't stop him from trying to progress the ball. He doesn't opt for safer solutions of going sideways or backwards, and he doesn't do it unnecessarily. He only tries to to produce something out of nothing when all else fails, and that's when it can. Yeah,
I enjoy this new role of Nkunku, having a free role, going up and down. Oh man, what a player!
Yeah, I'd rather him play on the flanks. If he plays as number 9 and it's not going to be fluid, let him not start there. It would be a waste of his talent, really. He can be explosive and all that. 100 like Talvin Chamari, I appreciate you. Martin, I'll come back to you in a bit. Let me just try and catch up here. Chilwell, just too one-dimensional. I think I agree with you. Hasn't improved his game. Maybe after the injury, it doesn't seem as if that has always been the case. So, Martin, I'll let you speak up because they're coming out from the tunnel, so it doesn't look like we have too much time. So I'll let you go. You wanted to say something?
The Malagusto, he was for 26 million, back in January, and then we loaned him back as well. So
some signing.
That was it.
Yeah.
On a long-term contract, so we'll be seeing him for 7 years plus, and goodness, that's such a good one. So on the players, it's we're seeing James Cucurella, Chalobah, players coming on that Oliver Cowell as well.
Yeah, we're changing our entire back four. It seems so.
Oh, is that what we need? Because I saw James there, Chalobah, and Levi Colwell. I think that's what it is.
And Cuckoo,
and Cucurella. Yeah,
which is
maybe
good.
preseason is just a shop window for Sterling, although it's it's not very good advert right now. Bad commercial, as Americans would say. Big up to you too, Harry. Hushford, nice to see you. Regular season is different. Chilwell is fine when we need to have an actual defender. We will want him. Depends on the team we have. Again, he's good, but that is something everybody knows. He struggles to progress the ball when you have too many players on him. I've been saying it for ages. Stalin and it's unfortunate we are stuck with them. Yep. Except if the Saudis come calling. Yeah.
It seems like now we can get a clear idea about our captaincy, Thiago Silva and Reece James.
Yeah, maybe that will be the case. Yeah, Chilwell, Sterling, Enzo has been terrible. Maybe Enzo is a bit tired. That was too easy. You could argue that Enzo hasn't been as bad as Sterling. Yeah, he's a human being. He's not going to be having good games all the time. Did somebody? Okay, I think he was a shocking miss by Enzo. It happens. He's a human being. At least Enzo has actually made the goalkeeper work. Yeah, the second one, the rebound seeding, he wasn't that too calm. My biggest takeaway from this half, Sterling reminds me of last season when we were so bad that we couldn't best this Fulham team. I think I agree with you. Yep. Let me see. Yep. Slonina is a little shaky. I expected that. His first game for Chelsea, and yeah, I think you could. It's nothing too much to worry about. I am
Yeah,
happy we've got players who can actually put the ball in the back of the net. Yep, we've been scoring goals. That's something special. It's good feeling when you know when you not see Spanish viruses on the pitch. Wow. Carney is working too hard. Enzo is coasting. Yep, probably too tired. Demi, a
Jackson
Newcastle
about to
fan
come
right
on.
there. Start out Angela in. Yep. Yes, let's see what's going on there. Nkunku is giving Lautaro Martinez vibes. Nice. Yep. Mr. Overhyped and dehydrated. Oh, Nkunku is better than Lautaro. I have to say that. But go ahead, Martin, if you have anything to say. I'll keep highlighting your
Yeah,
contribution in the chat there, but I can't read that much until we get to the post game show. Go ahead, Martin.
yeah. Well, I was gonna update the chat that we have more
So
subs.
is
I think
Angelo coming
four.
on?
No, it's Jackson. It's Ian Matson. There's Conor Gallagher
No, someone's just come on
and
now. It's Angelo.
Casaday. No, it's Jackson. I think Matson.
No, there's someone that's just come on. I've just come to the
Oh,
screen.
okay,
It's
We will
Angelo.
find out. We'll see that.
And I
okay.
Yeah,
hope
let's
it's
see
for
that.
Sterling. Please get Sterling off that
No,
field.
see, yeah, Sterling. Sterling
Yeah. Angelo is
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Chukwemeka went out, but we'll see why.
Uh,
I think there will
Sterling
be some
already
reshuffling
left.
there.
Yeah, he already left for Ian
Good.
Matson.
And let him
Yeah,
keep
so
walking, please, to the airport.
and then to Saudi.
I'm gonna tell Eddie this. Eddie, stop steaming, please. The last time you said it looks like he was in a sauna. I'm gonna tell him that. I'm not gonna hide it from him. Hit the like button, people, if you are enjoying, but don't tell me that you are not enjoying it. Yep, yep, I agree with you. 114 likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Let's get it to 300 at least. Yeah, go ahead, Martin, if you have anything to say. Yeah, let me concentrate on watching and highlighting the comments here. Rich
Yeah,
James is on the right hand side. Kukurea left back. Yep,
and
Kukurea. Here's the question I've asked people, and it looks like that's the case. I get it, Slonina. He emerged as one of the top goalkeepers after last season. Was it last season or last
yeah.
last MLS season? But I've always asked the question: how good is he with his feet? It looks like he's struggling a bit in terms of distribution and his ability on the ball. But the hope is that he's very young and can improve in that aspect. Your thoughts,
Another thing,
Martin?
he hasn't played ball for a long while. I think he just traveled. I don't know what delayed his preseason and his preparation and all of that. So, there's a lot of context. We've seen top professionals look really sloppy in preseason. But on the ball,
Mhm.
he's been decent. I've watched him, watch some games of his, and he's okay. He can be worked on. He's got good passing normally, and his decision making has been fairly decent. So this is like his really, really first game in a long while, like months. So yeah, he looks rough, but
He
that's
looks
fine.
really, really rough, rusty too. It's beyond
Yeah,
the
and it
rough.
might be the pressure as well,
Yeah,
playing for Chelsea. His family must have traveled over, everyone's bigging him up, getting ready for the game, the pressure, an American. So yeah, it might be an occasion thing as well, but he's got the entire future ahead of him. So just needs to keep it simple, take his time, no mistakes, have the saves, and yeah, we'll see how he plays.
yeah, I agree with you. But I still I agree with all those points you made. But the overall, I don't think he's really good on the ball. But like I said, the hope is he's still very young and can improve with over time.
Yeah, yeah, that's just it, really.
Mhm. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with 115 likes. Let's get it to 200 and shoot of 300. Thank you for 115 likes. I'd be ungrateful not to thank you for that. That's not easy, really. I think Madsen may replace a chili and a cut at first choice lettuce by the end of next season. Possibly, that may well be the case. Um, that's a good one from Kukurea there. He has a good vision, really. Can we get a goal now? Come on, come on, come on, come on, bro. Oh my goodness, that was a bit selfish from Jackson, and I never, I've argued that he's not selfish actually. But nice ball there from Cucurella to find him. That's a card offense. Let me see if the referee.
I mean, I would actually even prefer him shooting than finding a pass at that point. You know,
Yeah.
because he took like 2 to 3 touches in already, and he just needed to get through to, get through the defender. But yeah, but still, it's a strike, and like my strikers, they're a little bit selfish sometimes.
Yeah, I agree with you. Sometimes it can go a long way, but that's usually the argument people make when a striker is struggling to score. That's when you want your
Yeah,
striker to be a little bit selfish to get that important goal, and then he can start. You can say be more of a team player than you can say than
You
an
see
individual
Gallagher?
player.
You see Gallagher? I don't know. People don't want to believe. There are so many unbelievers. Gallagher has now been converted to a 6. Look at how
yeah,
he blocks on the edge of the box. He takes up the 6th position. He's now playing a double pivot with Cesare Casade.
Casadei.
But people don't want to see this. I don't know why. And the good thing about Gallagher is that he has the capability to go forward and he has a goal in him. So both he and Cesare playing as double sixes is a lethal combination. It frustrates me. It really does. See how he blocked that opportunity. Now,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure if we had Enzo, even Santos there, they would struggle and probably not get that ball.
yeah, and
I'm gonna
it's
scroll past quite a lot here. I appreciate Dante here says you guys like I've always called if you're talking about the wing back position where we all know them in modern football the primary responsibility of the wing backs isn't to defend but to participate in the offensive aspect of the game. And for me, there's on occasions where he's gotten the opportunity to play in that position for us. He's been excellent. I would, but I'd actually take him over Chilwell and Cucurella in the left back position, honestly. But that is just my opinion. But I get where you're coming from. I'll scroll past quite a few stuff here. I can't get everything. There's quite a lot in the chat. Let me see how soon I'll get through them, and I will not be reading everything because I'm concentrating on watching the game. But go ahead, Martin. Were you saying something?
Yeah, so this is also a testament to, Pochettino doing his work with the players, because this is what he's here to do. He's here to improve players, improve on their weaknesses, and let their strengths, shine out. And I'm seeing Gallagher playing in this role. Even in the last game, he was really good, in the double pivot, and seeing him now is also really good. Yes, people have their reservations, but we're taking it a game at a time, and hopefully he keeps his performances going on, and yeah, so very, very good.
Yeah, the back line completely changed. I think Torrejo was able to observe that even before it happened because he saw them warming up, and I did see that myself. Back line completely changed. Yeah, it's preseason. Let's see what else we have here. Great, we are bringing on Sideshow Bob. Rafael, he is at the beach. It's easy in
Slonina
leisure day.
definitely
Give him
needs
a
to
break.
go on loan. He's shaky. He's shakier than Kepa at the moment, to be honest. I'm not feeling it with him there, as big as
Yeah,
he
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
and he
he
kind of
is.
should be substituted now to just get the clap with a clean sheet and just take that home, because the pressure is cracking up.
Yeah, Raul Jimenez is going to be a good test for our defense. Timer for Stalin to learn Arabic and Chinese at the same time as when one of them big deals come so he can take them knowing that language barrier won't be an issue. Michael Jackson is on the dance floor now. I am expecting a thriller. That what a way to put it. Honestly, Elijah Bonaya up Chelsea, my Igbo brother there. Nice to see you. I appreciate you joining. Let me say overall manager, brother. Every person is male is my brother. That's how I see it. Let's see. Let's go, Angelo. What else we have here? You heard of Modelo time. It's now Cucurella's time. Fasten your seatbelts. Unfortunately, Galeron is also on the pitch. Good block. There's something again.
Coach,
Yeah.
one thing I don't agree with Pochettino with
Mhm.
is during the water break in the first half, he was telling them to keep playing these short passes. I think since we were doing the short passes, we've been putting ourselves under unnecessary pressure,
Pressure.
and
Yeah.
we've been less effective. Good long passes was how we got the corner and got the goal. I don't like the short passes at all. I think we need to mix it up more.
Don't you think
I don't know.
that
Maybe he
that
thinks he's.
suggestion would
I don't
be
know
again
what his
just
aim is, but it's not.
practicing
It's
how to
not.
control a game when you're 2 goals up? You shouldn't be too
Exactly.
Well,
much in a hurry.
maybe he wants them to control the ball with go the game with short passes. I don't know, but I don't really see it as
As an approach to
improving the
again,
team
you can say as a
performance.
measure to control the game.
No, we're struggling with it. We've been struggling ever since we've been doing it. Pochettino seems quite comfortable with it, but you watch, we're struggling. So maybe he has an idea. Maybe he wants us to struggle a bit. I don't know, but
I think
it's
it's
not.
it's
It's not
with
effective.
intent. Why we don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's maybe on also the weather, because short passes mean they play in a more congested space, and they use less energy instead of running and being expansive and all that. So it might be an
When you
approach
say,
thing.
do you think it's by again? You can
It
say to
might be,
any
but it's
measure with the intent
encouraging.
to control the game.
It might be, but it's encouraging mistakes.
Yeah, it does.
Cassidy has made a couple. Cucurella is always a mistake waiting to happen. You're just waiting for him. He hasn't really done it yet, but okay. I mean, maybe it's another side of the game he wants to rehearse the team with, being
Yeah,
able to deal with playing short passes. But you can
yeah,
see
and
we're inviting so much pressure. It's
pressure.
ridiculous.
It is.
I
It
think
is.
it's again sometimes keeping it close and short can actually help. So it's practice, it's preseason, and I'm sure he can see that he hasn't really worked. If there's a need to change it, I think he would. Martin, here's one for you on the screen. I like Martin's philosophy. Strikers should be cold-blooded, selfish, have a stinking attitude, and wanted in 6 countries.
Yeah, and get paid
Now, I just
paid
like the
big
way
bucks too.
he likes to spice it up a bit with from with comedy, in my opinion.
Hmm.
But go ahead.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't speak Italian and say Forza Inter. Yeah,
Oh
that's how I
man,
like my strikers.
yeah.
But the
Person
game
A
is,
seems a bit lost. Is he injured already?
oh, that
I
would be
hope
a
he's
shame.
okay. I hope Chalobah is okay.
Hope I really, really hope for, especially for his sake, with all the talks of centre backs. Damn.
Glenn is saying, I thought you went back on the comments, coach. We had those again at the start of the show. And Harrison, oh
You can
yeah,
see why we
On
need
Yango
another.
says,
Why
I
we
love
needed
blues.
another
I
right
agree
back.
with you. So, Bobby,
You know,
what are you saying?
you can see why we needed another right back. Chalobah off injured. I'm glad Cummings is coming on for Slolina. He's not very stable. Lewis Hall's coming on. I don't know what that means. Who's going to drop into centre back? I don't know.
Probably we've seen him do
Cuckoo,
that
maybe
with
Cuckoo.
not in Kunku,
Gilchrist.
Kukurea. Were you saying Cuckoo,
Oh
Martin?
gosh, Cucurella. Oh my gosh. Gilchrist is coming on, so that's better. Close control. These are people that can play the ball. Yeah, Cucurella's going in there, and then Lewis Hall will take the left back. But there's an injury to Chalobah. I think he's been nursing an injury. And
That's
this
sad.
is it. He has that tendency to carry an injury. So getting a right back is very, very much the right move.
Yeah, Chelsea. Summer. I think we've been looking for looking at goalkeepers. Whenever you want to come in, you can come in. JC. This midfield doesn't exist. They are running through them. It's preseason, and that's why you see a lot of changes at the same time. Just give me 1 second, JC. No need reading your comment there. You're on the panel, so give me a break, man. When Action Jackson scores, the team will calm down. I think hopefully we'll get another goal as soon as possible. Hall is in a CB. We know that. That's when we say Kukurea. We've seen him play there before. Probably he comes centrally and Hall goes to the left back position because there needs a loan. I've said that before. So nice to only Chelsea. It's guys. Musa Rogers, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you joining. Jesse, you could go ahead with your observations during the first half and what you've seen so far in the second half. What changes do you expect to see?
Okay,
Hi, Coach.
first from
Yeah,
not
I had to
Cummings.
come on to have a different opinion, because I thought maybe I'm watching a different game or something like that.
Yeah, go ahead.
But they are Fulham are, to be honest, they have had a team talk or something. They are pushing more harder, like they are being more physical. But with the changes we have had, I don't think Gallagher is having a good game. I think he's having a typical Gallagher game where he's just putting his head down and running at the players. He does not know what he's doing. Chicken runs. And okay, there was a block, but there were 3 mistakes by him before that block. The block had to be made because of him. So I mean, he's still very raw, very raw. But he has the effort, he has the desire. Fair play. I mean, it's just Fulham and it's preseason, so it's good. But the kid has a desire, and he's still very young. I think he's 18 or 19 still. He's not even 20, I think.
The number 9.
So definitely he has a huge potential. That's for sure. And for players for his age, he's definitely much better than most of them. But I would not say like we are having the same control of the midfield right now. This
No,
is
we're
more
not
like
controlling
open
the
game.
midfield, but I know where Bob is coming from. He said again, I think his argument predominantly highlights the fact that he has some things he does good. He didn't say he was perfect, but I get it. He's saying again. I think his argument also is suggesting that he's been converted into a DM and it's working. But he's entitled to opinion. You're entitled to yours.
No,
And
correct.
thank you very much on the comment on Gallagher. Spot on. Some people in the chat here support you. Go ahead, Jesse, if you were still speaking, brother.
No, I mean, I'm sure. I mean, he is a good player, and I think he's better here than in front because I mean, when he's up front, he's pressing well, but then losing balls at that and opportunities at the front is even more costly. I mean, here you have players around who can still save you. So
Here's my opinion here. I think Gallagher actually will be more effective for us on the flanks, but unfortunately, it's looking like there's no space for him there. That was where he was excellent for Crystal Palace, and since he returned to Chelsea, his best game, in my opinion, was that game against Wolves, where he played on the flanks. There's a good play in him, and if anybody will help him become more polished, it will be Pochettino, and I expect to see that. But I get where you're coming from. I don't like seeing him in the central position either.
One thing I noticed, you also mentioned that in your stream, fair enough, where there was this Jackson had an opportunity and he was
a bit too
selfish. But I am fine. Like your striker should be selfish. I mean that's fair enough. I mean he wants to go for goals. But I do hope this does not harm Nkunku because Nkunku was open and I really like both of them, and I
want them to have a good relationship.
Yes, I want them to have a partnership where they are.
The skill. Go ahead. Sorry, this guy. He's good on the ball, and I've said that he's better on the ball than Kukurea and Chiwa. But go ahead with what you were saying, JC.
Yeah. So let's hope. I mean, they work out together a partnership, and they have the potential to really dominate the league. And I mean, competition is good, but really, if they work together, it will be much better.
Yeah, I get it. And you heard me say during that argument that. That's the sort of, again, a striker being more selfish is the argument you make when a striker is struggling. Yeah, but go ahead, Martin. Were you saying something?
Yes, Lewis Hall. Like I'm sold on this brother. I am.
He's good. Yeah,
It's just
I love him
unfortunate
so
that
much. Really.
the two most assured left backs are the two younger left backs that we have. You
Yeah,
know, like
the most assured fullbacks. You're saying, right?
yeah, like my goodness, he's so good on the ball. His touch, he's not even faced by the touch. He's not. It's unbelievable. And we also remember that he played most of the big games against City in the cups, and but he was still so good in those games. Like
Good
I
under
think in the long
pressure, everything.
yeah, people would want to say, oh, maybe he might not be the strongest defensively, but I feel like what he'll give us on the ball in the entire 90 minutes is way
Mhm.
better of a package than the other left backs right now because damn, that looked good.
Yeah, he looks good. He's good on the ball. Jesse, your thoughts on Malo Gusto? James is in trouble, isn't he? If you're there.
Yeah, I mean they are equally. I mean, I would say James is more stronger physically. He just he can not only dribble. I mean, he can just physically push his way out of any press or something. Gusto may not have that element to his game, but Malo Gusto is very quick and very intelligent. Very quick passing, short passing, very quick. And
Good
they are.
tackler
I
too.
mean, that's fantastic for the team. I mean, they are very. I mean, if you look at the right side of the defense, like right backs, we have quality. On the left backs, we have the quantity, which we hope with time and competition
That's funny the way he put it, right?
squeezes down the
Economics.
quality. so, so, but I mean, right back, we are well. Touch wood, if there shouldn't be any more injuries, but these two are set for the next decade. I hope so.
Well, Jackson is really a good dribbler, man. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 120 likes. Appreciate you all. Let's get it to 200 and shoot for 300. We can make it happen by the time we get to the post game show. 67 minutes into the game, and it's Chelsea 2, Fulham 0. Jesse is so cheeky. Jesse, the beautiful game is on you in the chat. Yep, this second half team sucks. Even again, no matter the 11 you bring on,
You
usually in
see,
preseason, usually
Cucurella
second half is usually a different
is
game altogether. Go
always a
ahead, Bobby.
mistake waiting to happen. You know, beaten for pace like that. I mean, it's
Cucurella,
so frustrating. So frustrating.
your
Although,
best friend.
oh, it's just actually what's happened is he's still left back. Gilchrist has gone to right centre back with
Yep.
Colwell playing left centre back, and Lewis Hall has gone into the middle.
Yeah, and that clearance right now was it? It was was that Angelo?
No, Gilchrist.
Yeah, Chris. Okay.
Corella, man. You just watch with a tablet of paracetamol on the side because
Coach, I mean,
damn.
there are some comments which I saw, like which were comparing Gallagher and Enzo and everybody and Santos. Look, I mean, in the second half, we have basically better forward line and and defense. Okay, we don't have experience of Thiago. That's a big loss in terms of experience. But in the second half, we have the midfield of not defense midfield of Gallagher and Casade. In the first half, it was Santos and Enzo. And if you look, like the rest of the team has improved,
Yeah,
but
the
the game
midfield has
has
lost some
decreased.
control. That's for sure.
We
You know
don't have
that is
control.
certain.
We don't have control. We don't have that role of a sitting back holding midfielder. Gallagher is not that. He is not able to dictate here. Maybe you can argue that there has been a halftime talk for Fulham and they are pressing harder. But
No,
definitely,
I think what's happened is that there's two things. The quality of Gallagher and Casaday is less than we had before with Enzo and Santos, that's for sure.
yeah,
But this passing, short passing, is not helping. It's putting
yeah,
us
go ahead,
under
Bobby.
pressure
Yeah.
because Gallagher and Casaday are not as technically gifted as Enzo and Santos. So if they were allowed to play long sometimes, they'll get out of trouble. But for some reason, Pochettino wants us to keep doing this. I don't know what
Let
his
me correct
reasoning is.
you,
I think he
Bobby.
wants to
Let
get
me
them used to it.
little bit intervene here. It's not that technically improvement is that the difference is that big. There's a huge difference in reading of the game.
Yeah, that's
Gallagher
important
plays the
too.
game with his
Because
head
Bobby, if you
quite
paid
down.
attention, Santos reads the game very well. He was actually again in our box
Since came
clan
Enzo. Enzo
breaking up
has been in the
opposition
World
play.
Cup
Yeah.
finals for a reason. He reads the games. And you do not need to be the fastest, but if you read the game well, you anticipate the situation, you don't need to run like mad. You
Yep.
control the game.
And this is where profile comes in. Remember, I told you this, coach, earlier on when we had the lineup build up and all. It's about the profiles and having one of Santos or Enzo to, read the game, understand the game, dictate the game, and have the passing range as well as amount. Because quantity of passes also counts. It's not just being good at 20. You can make that 40, then you make that 40. It helps the entire team. So this is a good time to see these things and understand it and know that profiles go with certain profiles and like that and like that.
It has to be complementary.
Yes,
Just
exactly.
now there was a cross where Hall made, but before that, Gallagher pushed the ball forward. He took 4 touches to release Hall, whereas a player like Enzo would do that in 1 pass.
Yeah,
That,
even his vision and passing range is in his strongest suit. There's a good play in him, and I'd rather see him on the flanks. I'll still argue that I want the club to keep him because of his commitment is something you don't get every time. What a ball into the
Yeah.
box. What a ball into the box from Lewis Hall. That's what you get from him. Tell me that wasn't him. I think that's him. This is not the first
Told
time I've
you.
seen him do that. It's Hall. That's one thing he has because he's
It is
traditionally a
him, yeah.
midfielder. He has that passing range in him.
And which is what
naturally.
Chilwell doesn't have.
Yeah, Chilwell doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Chilwell barely puts the ball into the box, actually. Honestly, if he tries, he hits it against the opposition defense. Whenever he tries to put in a cross, it just seems as if the opposition defense is the target.
Yeah, and look how confident he was before making that cross. He was like,
Yeah.
I looked at you and I'm going to find you, my brother.
Yeah, with purpose, with intent. It wasn't like just putting it in the box and let somebody get at the end.
Yeah, and he did that a lot last season. Even the crosses to like Modric and the rest, it was just easy for him, Even back then against City, he had several of them. Sterling missed a couple, and like that. So I'm sold on Hall for real. I'm sold.
If not for the bad misses, I think he should have about 3 assists right now.
Yeah.
Hall is actually that guy. I think he is. He's an intelligent player, and I've always known that. I'm not into, you can say, hyping academy products for the sake of it. The academy products I've hyped are Callum Hudson-Odoi, and for a reason, as at the time, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I'm still arguing, has to be one of the most technically gifted players to have come through the Chelsea academy. And I'm not lying. I'll still stand by that. And then another player is Hall, honestly. Yeah, I get it. I like Gallagher, but for his commitment and when he plays on the flanks, not when he plays centrally.
You see, now he's allowed us to play long. We're not under so much pressure. In fact, we're putting Fulham under pressure. I don't know. I think he's just getting the guys to play in different phases of play.
And it's practice.
The short passing, then the long passing, when the
Yeah.
opposition are beginning to feel too comfortable. It's an exercise. It's quite clear it's an exercise.
That was why I say I argued it was with intent. Nothing to worry about. Man, Jackson, wow. He's unlucky there. But when he's alone, he doesn't lose faith. He still tries to, you could say, to do something positive with the ball. That's Bassi. Isn't that Bassi?
Yeah, the new signing.
The Nigerian,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Wow.
From Ajax, I think.
Yeah, from Ajax. Yeah, he used to play for Ajax.
Yeah. They completed the signing, I think, last week.
He went Liam Nelson on to Martin. He will look for them and find them. Also has a particular set of skills. Yeah, I will find you.
Casade is going to play himself into a loan because he's giving the ball away far too much.
Yeah, but Kasade here's the problem. Kasade is not a sitting back midfielder, and since it was not working with Gallagher, I think Poch has asked Kasade to sit back. Kasade is more like Balak. He takes the ball forward. He moves forward. He's more
That's
of a
what
attacking.
your Gallagher gives you. See that shot on goal that's not been coming
We have
from
two
many other
attacking
players.
midfielders. We have two attacking midfielders, and we are trying to make
Look at
alternate between them
deep
defensive
Jackson
roles.
dropped to make this
Defensive roles.
interception.
And if we have to see who is a better attacking midfielder, I would take Kasade any day of the day, any day over Gallagher, any day, because Kasade looks up, which Gallagher does not.
Yeah, Bobby, looks like you're ahead of us. But Bobby, have you seen why I argued in the morning that if we're really, the plan is really to free Enzo, that Santos is the man, free up Enzo and not Kasade. Do you remember that discussion in the morning, Bobby?
I mean, I did not dispute that, but I don't take this bashing a useful player like Gallagher. I think it's a little bit disingenuous. He's playing a role, and in pre-season you have to move players around, put them in places where they're not comfortable, where they can actually fill a opportunity for the team. Now, at the moment, he's playing a 6. Is he better than Santos and Enzo? Of course not. Is he doing a job? Well, sort of. He has a purpose there. Can he do a job? You never know what can happen in the course of a season.
Bobby,
So
you cannot
knocking
bet
him until maybe when Ugochukwu comes, and then we've got the alternative. Yeah, but you still have to have these players that at times do things that are unconventional. So I'm not too upset with what I'm seeing. And I am upset with Casade giving away the ball too much because
here's
even if
the
it's
thing.
not
Hey,
your
let him drop. Let him drop.
Bobby, you are
even
using
if
the
it's not
same
your position,
reason.
there's no excuse
You're
to
using
giving
the same
away the
reasons for
ball
protecting
as
Gallagher,
often as
and
he's
you're
done.
Let him drop.
same
We're talking over each other. Go ahead, Bobby.
Well, he's talking over me because I was talking. I kept quiet while he was
You were
giving his
talking over me.
rendition.
That's why I'm talking
But
over you.
you're still talking over me. Let me land my point, and I'll
let him
shut up,
land.
and
You
you can
can
say
come with
anything
your
you want to
opinion.
say. But trying to drown me out because you don't like what I'm saying is not.
No, it's
It's
also
just
the
not what
same
this
for you.
platform's about.
Let's go. Put it in the box. Put it in the box. Oh!
Well, if you are finished, may I add something, Bobby?
Well,
Yeah,
it's
go
not
ahead.
that
He's
I've
finished.
finished,
Yeah.
but I've
We're here
just
to have a
decided.
conversation. It's
Go
not a
on,
fight.
go on.
It's not that I've finished, but I've just decided I'm not going to talk anymore because you're not going to accept that somebody else has a voice. So just say whatever it is you want to say.
No,
Go
Bobby,
ahead,
it's
Jesse.
not
Go
that
ahead.
you cannot have a voice. I'm just trying to point out because you were also intervening in that same argumentation. Because you're saying you're not
I'm
going
not
to.
even listening to
Which
you.
you are
So
absolutely
you're talking to
right.
someone else.
You are
Go ahead,
absolutely.
Jesse.
Now you
Go
are
ahead.
intervening. Yeah? You are absolutely right when you say that players have to, in this preseason games, players are put out of their comfort zone. That's fine, and absolutely we should not judge individual players. It's a team game more so ever. But then what I disagree with is you are using the same kind of argumentation to criticize Kaside. To be honest, both of them are not defensive midfielders, and both of them cannot be the backups in the during the main season because that's not their best place. But I think I feel I might be wrong. It's my opinion. I think Casido can still play up front and link up well, and he can dribble. I have not seen
And
that
none of
much
them, again, if
positivity
anything, if
in that
Kasede
sense.
has to play deep, it has to be with somebody who's more defensively solid because that's not his game. I think he lacks in the aspect of reading the game that you get from the likes of Santos, which made the first half a bet, which again, you can say the contrast between the first half and the second half is none of the two sixes are able, is able to read the game properly. And be at the right place and at the right time to
Yeah,
intercept.
that's
So
correct.
I agree with that argument. But Bobby, were you saying something?
Yeah, I mean, what I was saying now is just that Bergstrom in goal is far more assured than Slonina, proving. I think this game is showing us really who's going on loan. Slonina needs to go on loan.
Yeah, he was shaky. I'm not too sure about
Bergstrom.
his ability on the ball.
I'm telling you, Bergstrom on this showing. I know it's just one game, but he's quite assured. He's tall. He's coming out for balls, and he's not doing badly. He's not doing badly at all. But definitely, he's a step up from Slonina.
Yeah, go ahead, Jesse. You were saying something. So, Bobby, were you still talking? Sorry.
Just one last point I'm making. Unfortunately, Angelo is showing he needs a loan because he's non-existent in this game.
Why is that funny to you, Martin?
Because this is the two sides of being 18-year-old. You have a good game, and then you have this kind of game. And exactly what I said at the beginning was the expectation if he's to stay. How many goals and assists can you guarantee from him? Because people always try to look at the player side and look at what they want for the player. But at the end of the day, it's Chelsea. We aim to get to the top four. And there's a certain amount of goals and assists we need from your team to get to that position, and the more the merrier. So this is two side, it's two side of a preseason,
You're
for us
very
to.
right. I mean, the level of consistency you can expect from a young kid is
Yeah.
oh, there he is on. Well, I'm ahead of you, but you see, yet again, he was played through, and he just didn't quite have that goal and maturity to go for goal, and that's fine. I'm not complaining about him. It will come, but he's making a case to go on loan, where in a lesser team he'll have the opportunity to make these errors, to have these little lulls in his game without it being a problem. Now, if he's at Chelsea, if you're playing like this in the Premier League, it's a problem. It really is. We can't afford that. So it's all good. It's all good, honestly. We're seeing it
Here's
for what it is.
Here's the thing, before we go all out on Angelo, if we could look at the statistics, how many touches of the ball in the second half has Jackson had, has Nkunku had, has Angelo had, and how many of those ball touches have come from passes from Matson? Because I don't think they are getting any balls from the midfield. There is no link up. Most of the game is happening between our back line and our midfield. So if you are going to blame Angelo, I don't want to judge him so harsh, because that's
Look,
the
it's not
plight
about
of our
blame. I
forward
don't
line
like
right
the term.
now. The
It's not
only person
about
taking
blame.
ball forward.
Bobby, let
Nobody's
him drop. Let him
blaming
drop. Bobby, let's
anybody.
talk.
Oh,
Let's
I
talk
need
one
to
by
shout
one.
Bobby,
We're
him
having
down
a
if he's always
conversation here.
I
shouting
would
me down.
really appreciate if you
Nobody
don't
is
intervene
blaming
when I'm speaking,
anybody.
please.
Bobby,
I'm
can
just
you let
saying
him drop?
that
We're having a
no, I won't,
conversation.
because he shouts me down constantly, and I'm going to shout him down now. I'm not blaming
Coach,
anybody. I'm
Coach,
just saying
listen, I
that
don't
Angelo,
really
as
need
a young
this. If
player,
Bobby
is
cannot listen,
somebody that
if Bobby
needs a
is
little
going to come
time
over top
to make
me,
his
I don't
mistakes.
like this.
And until you keep
Bobby, you
quiet,
should
I won't keep
follow
quiet.
what you
You
preach.
think
I think I'll carry on alone. Yeah, I don't like what's going on. What's a saves? What is saved by Slonina? I didn't even see that. Havat could never. Let's see what else we have here. Because today definitely needs a loan. Hall should have released it early. And let's see, yellow card for let's see what else we have here. There's a direction in this team right now. You can argue that. Bobby has a point. Unfortunately, Angela needs a loan. I think I agree with Bobby, but we shouldn't be behaving like kids. We're all outdoors, really. That's just my opinion. This says, yeah, he's young and it's decades of improvement in him. Let's see what I have here. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along, and also do subscribe to the channel. We are at 124 likes. Let's get it to 200 and shoot for 300 likes as soon as possible. Nice one, guys. Joseph Ali, we appreciate you joining the stream. Thank you so much. Ken, let's keep dropping the likes. Let's get it for 200 and shoot for 300 as soon as possible. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. 124 likes. Let's get it to 200 and shoot for 300. Let's see. Appreciate you. Nice one, guys. Joseph Ali, we appreciate you joining. Yeah. Again, our entire team is young. Sure, there's a difference between 18 and 24, but still, yeah, there are mistakes there, but we shouldn't be fighting over it. I think we should learn to respect each other's opinion, give each other the space to speak. I don't, to the extent of saying you're not going to give another person a chance because they didn't give you a chance, it doesn't help. We're not kids here, if we're being honest. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with. Ooh, I hope Hall is okay. That was dangerous. Yep, we are at let's see, 85th minute, just 5 minutes to go, and it's still how many? Yeah, it's still 2-0 to Chelsea. So far, good win. I think the fact that we're leading two goals up give the manager the opportunity to give more players a playing time, to have a closer look at them. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We are at 126 likes. Let's get it to 200, please, and shoot for 300 if we can. So far, not a bad performance. Lots of progress there, but these are all young players, and when you make lots of changes like that, you see lots of issues as we're seeing. So it's something that's expected. Yep, I have to agree. The argument was too childish. Where's Roger when you need a lawyer? Roger, I think Roger needs a rest. From what I'm seeing, he was out. He was out again. You can say he was nearly. You could say you could sense that Roger was losing his voice on Mitchell Boy's YouTube channel yesterday, and I felt for him. Sorry, I haven't reached out to see how he's doing. I like Coach. He's got a big sense of humor, but when it comes to the business, he doesn't play. I am scared right now. Yeah, you know I don't like you. Okay, angry for my part or for the yellow card, but really, we should have let. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get, but I didn't like it that Bobby clearly said he's never going to let you speak, even if you didn't let him speak. And I was cautioned you. I said let him drop, and you did let him drop. I don't think that's okay, really. We respect each other. We're adults. We shouldn't be behaving like kids, really. Good. Come on, Jackson. Too far. But good vision there from Casadei. But too far for Jackson. He couldn't get to the ball. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Just three more minutes to go. And we are at 128 likes. And let's get it to 200 likes if we can. We still have the post-game show analysis to go through. And hopefully I'll have more people join me. Again, those that went out can also come back, or for maybe with a calm head, so that we can continue. It looks like you had to take a break, Martin.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, you don't have to apologize. It's a pro bono job anyway. We just do it because we love the club.
Yeah. This second half is a bit weird, but it's still down to the thing of the midfield and the profiles in the midfield. And this is exactly what I was speaking to. I hear so many people debating about the quality and the performance, but those, can be relative. Ultimately, we still need a high volume passer in the midfield, and right now it's lacking that. And you're saying, the way the team is faring without it.
Yeah, I agree with you. The Bluetooth game is joking about the fight that just happened. It's all love, but sometimes it can get feisty. If we can learn honestly to accommodate other people's opinions, be open-minded, and not fight. Everybody. We don't all don't have to agree, and we can do it in a mature way. Unfortunately, sometimes people get emotional, and it just sounds as if we want everybody to agree with us, or else they're wrong.
Yeah, and most of the things are also relative because, like it all down to how the coach, wants his system to be on players. And as much as people might agree or disagree with certain opinions or, aspects of the team, it's still a team sport. And players can always, change, can improve and play in different roles and have different responsibilities within the system as well. So
Mhm.
most things are relative. It's not always as black and white and all that.
Yeah, I do agree with you. It's not that simple, but Angela is looking. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's because we probably haven't seen him that much. You could say he's still a bit raw.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
formation is a bit different. It's weird, like Martin and Lewis Hall on that flank. It's and all that. And then on the right side, there's no one. So I'm expecting maybe Cassidy should be here, but it's not as involved on the right. And then there's just the combination is just a bit different. But this is a time for you to see these things and know what works and what doesn't work and all that.
Yeah, here's the sort of maturity I like here. Here's JC saying, I would also like to apologize to Bobby. It happens in the heat of game. Shake hands after game and move on. And we'll learn from what we could do better and respect each other. It's as simple as that. There's a saying in my language, Igbo language, to say, again, let me say it in English. Let me go with the translation, which is something like, you're not best friends until you get to, you can say, quarrel or have a fight, maybe, for lack of a better term, and after that you learn to respect each other. And I couldn't agree more with that, honestly. It's again the length we went with the, you could say, how things went. It was so childish. I couldn't believe my ears, especially from Bobby saying no, he won't let him speak because he didn't let him speak. I don't think that was okay, really. But JC, I appreciate your maturity by again openly apologizing to him. Hopefully, he's seeing that, or if he's listening, if he hasn't gone to bed, I don't know. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 131 likes. Let's get it to 200 likes if possible. I don't think we'll speak much after the show because I know a lot of people will still want to discuss this game during the Blue Morning show. And if we try to go with just transfers tomorrow, it might not work. I have to be honest. Yeah, but thank you, JC, for showing maturity there. JC, where's my apologies? He's saying that was very stressful for me, the witness. Glenn, what do you think, bro? Where's Glenn? What is he saying? Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. And final against 2-0 Chelsea. Second half wasn't it? But overall, a solid 2-0 win. A trophy where a Spurs would boast with for sure. And I agree. I think the changes we expected, you can say, for things not to be that stable, especially in the midfield area, given the two players, if we're being honest with ourselves, they're not the best at reading the game. Passing volume, not the two of them. Maybe Cassidy, and also Vision, not the two of them. But overall, it's a good preseason. Hopefully, we get another win against Dortmund. I think Pochettino looks like he wants to win every game. It doesn't look like it matters whether he was a friendly or not. I think we've heard him say that at Chelsea, every game you have to win. And this is unfortunately we're just a top 4 team at this point. But let's see, a beautiful game. We were the rest of the Newcastle team there seeking Kieran Dyer and Lee Bo. Is that how you pronounce that name? Going at it. We all deserve bonuses. Okay. Let's see. First trophy for him. I agree with you, Martin. Your observations from the game overall. We're not going to talk too much about it because we still have the Blue Morning show and a lot of people joining tomorrow morning. You can say they will be joining with the intent with the expectation that we'll be discussing this game. If we try to go with just what do I call it? With just the transfers, I think people won't like it. And Bobby's back in the chat. And Bobby, I hope you see the apologies here from JC saying, I would like to apologize to Bobby. It happens in the heat of games, and that's because we're all passionate about the club we all support. I support Chelsea Football Club. Shake hands and after games and move on and learn from that. Bobby, I hope you've seen the apologies. And Bobby says, silverware, even in preseason, is a very good sign. So I agree with you. Let's see Chimera here saying, why can't Gallagher lift his head up and make a progressive pass? What's stopping him from taking a chance on others? This is why he he's constantly criticized. He simply doesn't have the IT factor. I think that will improve with time. And if anybody will help Gallagher become better, it will be Pochettino. He's playing way too much on him. Yeah, so let's get your opinion on the overall game. I think we should round up soon because we'll still talk
Yeah,
about this tomorrow morning.
yeah. This has been a good game. Good watch. The first half, the combinations were good. The second
Mhm.
half, we could see how the midfield fared. It's as clear as, and it was kind of expected in a way. So, but the rest of the team, everyone looked good. Lewis Hall, gave a good showing today. So that'll be some food for thought for Poch. But and even the goalkeeper, the second, Beckstorm, he was really comfortable. He looked calm, collected. His
Mhm.
passing was decent, and he looked, like he wanted to impose himself on the match, which was wonderful. So all round good play from the players, and the team looks fit. They look sharp, and yeah, it's a good platform to work on, and good confidence. The trophy, good good trophy still. It helps the morale. It helps the mentality of wanting to be on our toes this season, and we just keep it moving.
Yeah, we keep moving positive. And like Bobby said, silverware during preseason, I think it's a good sign.
Yeah,
Bobby is, no, he's not. Bobby is way mature than that. I know that. I just had to take them both off so that it doesn't escalate. That's the only way to de-escalate the situation. And I'm glad it worked. And JC mature enough to apologize. Yeah, it doesn't matter who started it. We're all adults. And in the heat of things, because we love Chelsea so much, those things don't happen. Too much hair now. Let's see the Blue Tiff again. Bobby, your thoughts on our overall performance? It doesn't look
Yeah,
like Poch is here to lose games, and he said that from the onset that at Chelsea every game is important, no friendly.
yes.
But go ahead, Bobby.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this takes me back to, I think, 2006, after we won the first Premier League in 50 years. Then, when we did the back to back, we did a tour of Asia and we won a preseason trophy, and everybody was scoffing at it. I think whenever we have a good preseason, we have
Mhm.
a good season. Most teams have a good season. It's rare that a team will have a good preseason and have a bad season, unless there
Hmm.
was instability or injuries or anything like that. I think this is a good sign. I'm glad winning breeds winning. You start winning silverware, it becomes a habit. Omens are right, things fall in place for you. It shows that the team is working and the team, something is right. I'm very pleased that, I didn't really want to say it too much, but I really wanted us to win for that reason. And, these were the teams that were giving us difficulties last season. Fulham, Brighton, Newcastle, you name it, we'll take on any of these teams and none of us would feel confident. But now we're working, and with the additions coming in, I think we can be quietly confident that at the very least we'll have a better season. And who knows where this team can go? If Ogochukwu is who I hope he is, and this what's the name of this new guy? That Diasisi, if he's
The sassy. It's a difficult
Disasi,
one to pronounce. Yeah.
Disasi, I wonder what part of Africa he originates from. I'm quite fascinated in the origins of these players because though they're French, they have
Most of them, yeah, are
an
of African
issue.
descent. Lots of
Yeah,
them,
and
actually. Yeah.
it's interesting. I don't mean it in any funny way.
No,
I
I
just
understand. Yeah.
interesting. But if he comes in that right centre back, you can see we need it. Look at Chalabar's gone off injured. Who knows for how long? It's just good. It's a good vibe. The sporting directors are getting things done. We all still have that elephant in the room in terms of getting the Caicedo deal done. But honestly, if we get that deal done, wow, we shouldn't despair for this season. Honestly, I'll be very surprised if we don't perform well. And this is a good start. I'm glad we've won this trophy. It's a nothing trophy, but believe you me, as I've said, it's an indication of the kind of team we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bobby. Thank you so much for finding the time to join back. How about you? Any final thoughts? It's a beautiful looking trophy actually.
Yeah, good looking.
And that's Reece James and Thiago Silva lifting it. But your thoughts, final thoughts before we call it a day, Martin.
So final thought is just, and there's another aspect of this preseason is just Poch trusting the young players, especially like the keepers today. He could have just easily played Kepa and no one would say anything. And same with the striker. So just and then Humphreys and then bringing in Gilchrist and just seeing the fact that he can just trust the young players. So for anyone in doubt, concerned about players coming through the ranks, just we now know that we have a coach that will put his faith and put his trust on young players. So that's good to see.
Yeah, but I agree with you. It's been an excellent stream. How many likes in total? That's quite a lot. I appreciate you all of you, and the new subscribers. We're getting closer and closer to 15,000 subscribers. Right now, we're at 14,828. I think we've gained nearly 150 subscribers today alone. So I want to say thank you to everybody and say hello to everyone. Thank you, Bobby, for finding the time to join in the panel. To Bear, who was here. Thank you, Martin. Oh, I appreciate you. Much love to you, brother. I wish I could buy you beer someday. I like listening to you talk football. Let's hope we see a starting 11 against Dortmund, maybe. But if he doesn't want to give away too much, we're not going to see that much. But you've always said, I think he'll be making a lot of changes. So constant in that, even though I don't like you, you got that one right. It's a good sign, but the opposite has been a very average opposition. I think but still, it's a good sign overall. He from Congo, of Congo descent. Oh, okay. And let's see, Alex Disasi is Congolese. Wow, of Congolese descent. Thank you so much for saying that. And Bobby was correct. Lots of the French national team players are of African descent or Algeria. I think lots of Algerians there too. Coach, it's good to see that peace has been restored to the Chelsea perspective dressing room. Out of interest, who, in your opinion, was the Lukaku in this scenario? No, we move on. We're adults. Just go away. You're trying to put me on the stop. Just go away on the spot right here. He is 25 years old, and we signed, we signed over 23. Yeah, for the first time. Your argument has been predominantly that we don't sign overage players over the age of 23. Axel, it's a good trophy. Enjoy it. Share it with the fans there. Yeah, I'm not saying anything. Just go away. With that, I want to say thank you to all of you in the chat. The beautiful game, Salma, Constantine Dante, Salma once more. All of you, Glenn 10, I appreciate you joining, brother. Who else? Bobby Smoky Signals, JC. Much love to all of you, Mark and Neum. Mark, is that, yeah, Mark and Neum, or making or marking, I'm not sure, but Neum. And all of you, Joseph Ali, if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys tomorrow during the Blue Morning Show when we will review this particular game. God bless us all. See you guys next time. And bye.
Yeah, big up.
Yeah.
Tell them, JC, tell the beautiful game. Nope, no extra time. Just go away, my friend.